There you go.
All right, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Let's start off by giving all
Praise
praise
the
and glory
Lord
to
too. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem.
talking about the pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Another Saturday, prophesy the downfall of America. We're here in this wretched place, Atlanta, Georgia. So these people are just filled up in the spirit of money, man.
That's right.
And of course, we all know the term fun. That just goes into distractions. All these things are to keep our people off the track of the things that's truly to go, truly soon to come, which is the mark of the beast, which that's around the corner, the war with Iran, the destruction of America, martial law. All right, so you got to be in the spirit of the Lord in these times, man. You got that always in your hand.
I got something to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
Right. So Solomon was known as the preacher. All right, and he had a immense amount of wealth, and he had the expenses to live pleasure. It said that he had manservants, maidservants, singers. He had villas, palaces, money in abundance, treasures. All right, but he's seen in comparison to pleasure and suffering outweighed it. It's another scripture in Ecclesiastes where he said that righteousness to wickedness is basically like sun to light, so to speak. All right, sun to night, meaning it overshadows, it eclipses over time 10. Man. But you got these people they don't believe it. All right, they're not in the spirit of suffering for a season, just like our forefather Moses, as it is written in Hebrews 11th chapter, for the greater good. They rather party with their oppressors. Mm-hmm. All these events are created by their oppressors to generate what? More revenue.
Yep.
All right. And you Negroes, what is your main presence in these different arenas of platforms? The consumers.
Yep.
The ones that eat the abundance of the cakes, the debauchery. All right. They have all the abundance of sex. Spending to make the so-called white man's pockets fatter. Have you not already filled his pockets up enough?
Thank you.
The elites are worth trillions, man. A lot of these so-called white people are multi-billionaires, and they're living hard the hog due to you blacks. And then you'll see Jake in these impoverished areas, whether in New Orleans or Atlanta, the different parts of Florida, they're basically stricken in poverty. But Jake doesn't want to do anything to try to rescue them out of their oppression. They'd rather just be in an ignorant is bliss type of mentality, man. Which that does nothing but excites death.
If I may add to what you're saying, and Labor Day weekend is really the kickoff for you American citizens to be in a full mirth spirit the rest of the year, because this is like a kickoff, because you're finishing out the summer, and then next thing you know, it's a rollout towards October, then November, then December, which this last part of the year is when mirth is at an all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the that more holiday spirit rolling in month after month.
It's a ball game. I mean, like Halloween, different spirits of wickedness, day and dead. So this whole, it's like literally it's a kickoff.
It's a kickoff.
To really keep it, people don't see it or not. All types of spirits.
That's right, brother.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
Yeah, so we're basically in the house of mourning. All right, and what does it say? Through sadness of the countenance, the heart is made stronger, which the word heart goes into the Hebrew word lav. So you brothers that go through particular oppressions and agony, that builds character.
That's right.
That defines who you are as a person, as a man. It doesn't matter how many events you hit. It doesn't matter how much money you throw in a strip club. It doesn't matter how many outfits you put on to go to these Dragon Con events. Whether you dressed up as Spider-Man or Superman, Wonder Woman. That doesn't mean it's vanity. All right, because you might go, you throw on your little whether your Nightcrawler or your Thor outfit with your artificial fake ass hammer. And after the day passes, nobody gives a damn no more. You didn't make no. They spend hella money on those damn outfits. You got individuals that generate money just themselves, creating these different outfits for people to purchase.
Yep.
But they have to have all these external attributes on them or external costumes to basically fill up the void that's internal, man. So disciplinarians. They were all about the house of knowledge. All right, studying, like I said before, knowing that character is defined through sufferings and things of that nature. So when situations of oppression and hardships basically knocked on both of their front doors, one bottomed out and the other one persevered. Why? Because of what the one actually had in their mentality. The Stoics were the ones that actually, you know, they built off of suffering. They grew off of oppression. They grew off of certain things they went through. The Epicureans, if they didn't have pleasures, then they would be depressed.
They'd be depressed. That's where depression comes in.
That's where depression comes in. And you see that now in today's time. If these individuals don't have the fix, because the fix in these days isn't even drugs no more. You know, back in the 80s and 90s, that was what would keep the people high and dilapidated. Whether the crack cocaine, freebasing, heroin,
Pills.
narcotics, abundance of marijuana, and excessive alcohol consumption. That's what would get the people off the notches, so to speak. But now you just put a video game console in their face, man.
Mm-hmm.
Put some Fortnite in front of them, and they're basically on just as addicted as somebody off of freebase, man.
Well, if
Instagram,
I may say to what you're saying, think about it like this. This is Black Gay Pride, right? So you got a lot of people that are traveling to the city to partake in those events. And a lot of them, they're regular men that are doctors and dentists. A dentist that's from Indiana, but he gonna tell his wife there's some convention down in Atlanta so he can be the homosexual that he desires to be. So then he has to take that shell of himself off. You know, he'll come here, he'll drag it all the way up. He'll put the makeup on, the wig, he'll put the high heels on, the dress.
Like a whole new person.
He'd be a whole new person. But come Sunday night, Monday morning, he gotta go back to being Dr. Smith, the dentist and shit, and he's gonna be depressed because he can't be who he really wants to be. You know.
That's right.
I'm gonna keep going with this. It says verse 2. It says, "I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it?"
Yeah, he said, "I said of laughter, it is good." That's what the scripture say. It's basically known by the excessive laughter. You know, this isn't a time to always be kiki and ha man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get your chuckles. You know,
Right.
We all laugh. We're not just goddamn robots, man. You know, T1000s here. We have different characteristics. Some brothers watch comedy and things of that nature. You laugh here and there, but you have your mind geared towards the focus of what's going on.
Right.
You're concentrated. You know, even when you look at these different warrior movies, in the midst of warfare, you see warriors laughing, man. You know, you watch 300.
Leonidas.
Leonidas and the men that was in bands with him. You see that they had their couple of jokes and humor. But in the midst of it, the main thing was conquering the enemy, man. Overcoming the Greeks. You know, overcoming the Persians, Xerxes. So it's the same thing and the same schematics have to be outlined in yourself. But you got these individuals, they're so concerned with laughter, humor, comedy, and entertainment that when it comes to getting serious, they can't even do it.
That's right.
You ever met somebody like, bro, is you ever serious, man?
Ever Craig told smoking?
Always playing. These playful jakes, man.
Worm ain't playing.
Yeah, Worm.
Worm ain't playing.
You think he playing?
He smoking food for $50.
Hey, that's how the Most High is. The Most High ain't playing,
He
man.
said for
Scripture says in
50
Hebrews that the
bucks.
Lord is a terrible power, man.
That's right.
In the ancient world, it was known as what? Al-Shaji, terrible, demon-like power.
That's right.
And he vanquished cities, man. Tore things apart. And he's the same power that's going to bring his only begotten son to do the same, man. So you have to gird up and get your mind right in these times. All right, stop keeping your head geared in bullshit. That says it's Gay Pride Weekend. You got the Soul Fest, which all these niggas gonna go and eat their pork, the shrimp, crab, lobster, have their food fest and post it on Instagram.
So all the college games,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they playing too. The Big Duke game.
Yep.
The club scene gonna be crazy tonight.
Oh shit.
They
Yeah,
said
yeah.
people aren't chasing after drugs, they're chasing after that social media thing.
Right.
And they can't get enough of it. So, some more on that.
Yeah. I saw it at the top. This is Ecclesiastes 2:1. And it says, I said in my heart, go to now, and I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity.
Yeah, this is also vanity. All right, the word vanity means useless. It's worthless at the end of the day. Keep going.
I said of laughter, it is mad,
I said of laughter, it is mad. Continue.
and of mirth, what doeth it?
And of mirth, what do with it? All right. So basically, it's all vanity and vexation of spirit. You have to always keep your mind focused. And you see how these elites speak. They set up these different entertainers. They even in Greece, all this entertainment really comes from Greece any goddamn way, whether Greece or Rome. The essence of comedy, it's a Greek word. I think komedia, which means political satire. You
Right.
have the comedians and
Like
Based off
Rock.
of truth.
Like Chris Rock would be a comedian.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
He literally does political satire. That's how he talks. That's how he does his jokes.
Yep, it's all dealing with in terms of politics. And the Greeks were known to have the Olympics, which was the exercise and the workout ring, so to speak, of competitors. They would have the like I just said, the comedy. What else? The gymnasiums. All right, and Rome had the Colosseums. They had the amphitheater, which the amphitheater was known to. That's where you have the term theater today, which is a lot of movie production. All right.
Oh yeah.
And you see these different movies like Tyler Perry of Medea. That term Medea, that goes all the way back, if I'm not mistaken, to Greece.
A Greek god, Medea.
The Greek god Medea, which that was really a witch. And Tyler Perry,
Yeah, he's a witch.
which he's a sorcerer.
Then warlock.
He just got a street name
Yeah, he did.
there, in Atlanta.
Right off of what, Cobb or something?
No, over there off of Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland Ave, yeah.
What it's called? Tyler
I knew it was a
Perry.
C.
Because it's studios over there, like near East Point.
Yeah.
So these different summoning of these different gods and these different societies are still being prevalent today, and they're still keeping Jake asleep today as they did back then. Hellenization, it was so hard to wake Jake up. You only had a few good men during the time of Maccabees that was willing to stand up and fight against the Greeks. You only had a few good men during the time of the Romans that was willing to combat the oppressor, which was who? The Christians. Which means the Hamashiachim, the anointed ones of the Messiah. It wasn't a lot of them. They had a couple thousand men that was ready and willing to fight for the cause of righteousness. But the abundance of Jacob was in the bullshit, man. And you see how niggas was ready to kill Paul, ready to kill the disciples, just so that they could parade and F off in Rome. But did they keep that same energy towards the Caesars? When they said, we have no Caesar, king
But Caesar.
but Caesar, man. And you wonder why Jake is so asleep today. And they don't hear the word of the Lord coming out in a strong volume, but they just walk past it like it's just another religion. Just some bullshit y'all don't want to hear. All right, is some more on that, or
That was it on that.
Just to show you that the scriptures are real.
They don't want to hear this. They want to hear Nicki Minaj.
Acts 17 and 16. I'm going to start at 16. Now, while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him. He saw the city wholly given to idolatry.
yeah. So when Paul was in Athens, which Athens is named after the Greek word Athena, and that was a major city. That would be like your Atlanta today, an area where everybody would go to frolic and to basically get their rocks off. Like we just said, gay pride. You had gay pride in Athens. It wasn't called gay pride, but it was basically the same concept.
Yeah.
So Paul was prophesying in Athens, Greece.
Look at Athens, Georgia, though.
Athens.
They got the University of Georgia. That's like, everybody's talking about Athens. That's like a party zone.
That's a party zone.
That's a real major college city.
major college city for football.
Yep.
They
SEC?
consider the UGA in Athens what? Like the king of the SEC?
The SEC, yeah.
Continuing on, it says, Acts 17 and 17.
I think they playing today.
Therefore, the Spirit
they're
in the
playing today.
synagogue with the Jews.
Yeah, so he was in the synagogues, which were the chief places of the city, and he was disputing with them, meaning arguing with them. So they had their philosophies and they had their ideologies that they strongly embraced, and it was strongholds onto them to the point where they was trying to combat the faith of Paul and the disciples. was they had faith in the truth. But Jay couldn't hear it because they were so fixated amongst the philosophers at that time, which is going to go into what specific philosophical cults or factions that was disputed.
Acts 17 and 17, therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him.
Yeah, so he was in a marketplace daily, which the word market, when you look it up, it goes back to the Greek word agora, which that agora place was the chief epicenter, so to speak, of marketing.
Not the hood. Not the hood.
Not the hood.
Not the hood.
That's where everybody would go to purchase products, sell products, sell wisdom, so to speak. Whether it's books, whether it's incense, you know, whether it's stones, magic stones, and all these different things. And you would have different areas, individuals, whether from West Africa, whether from the Asiatic lands, and they would go to these major cities in Athens or Rome or Corinth, and they would whether sell or they would philosophize. And you see that now. You know, you have Sonetta, and you know, nigga News 102.
Yep, nigga News 102.
Yeah, Sonetta was back then.
Yeah, Sonetta was back
Had to
then.
been back then.
And all they do is just
Light.
philosophize.
The light was back then.
All they do is just go back and forth on archaeology, carbon dating. You know, what civilization predates the other, and it all doesn't amount to shit, man.
Yep.
It's not going into prophecy of the things that's soon to come. It's not going into the destruction. It's not going into the fall of the enemy. It's not going into truly gathering themselves.
With the thousands, if not millions, that are partaking in this weekend, a lot of them are into Egyptology. A lot of them are into Christianity.
Yep.
Islam. They're into all the other fashions of religion than the truth.
Yep.
Because they, like you said, the truth is the truth of the Holy Scriptures to the of being prepared to the destruction to come. Egyptology is not preparing the people. The knowledge of Horus is not preparing the people for destruction, huh?
Right.
Osiris or whatever Jake's into.
Set and all these other demonic deities that don't exist. Because it's all mythology. It's all make-believe. But Jake puts their trust in it. That's why you see all these different Jakes with these big boy unks. A lot of these rappers spend $20,000 on an unk chain. $30,000 on a chain with an unk on it, man. And that's just a symbol of sex. You see the visceral Pisces, and you see the
rod.
the male phallic rod intersecting each other, and that represents having a lot of sex.
Yeah, fertility.
And fertility. Worshiping the fertility goddess.
Yep.
You know? And you have that even today. It's called, another term for that is Easter.
So you got Isis.
Ishtar.
Acts 17 and 18.
Yo, Nana.
Yeah.
Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him and said, what will this babbler say? Others, some.
And these niggas got a nerve to call him basically a babbler. The word, that's where you get the word babble.
Confusion.
Babble or confusion. And these are true babblers. Natural Babylonians, they're so into confusion that they think we're confused.
Yes.
And these days now, they look at us as Babylonians. Oh, these
Right.
are just babblers.
Because
just
the
talking
world,
shit
because
talking.
you know, they follow with the world. So if they follow in the world, it's not confusing to them. It's a normalcy. This is different.
Hold on.
You know?
May.
That's why I said, what shall this babble say?
Yeah, what is
You know?
this babbler talking about?
Right.
They're probably dropping straight heat out there, man.
Dropping straight
You
fire.
know Paul and his...
Paul burns down Athens.
Yeah, Paul burns down Athens. But Paul, we only have readings of Paul, so to speak. So you can only really read to really extract the spirit of Paul. He was out there hitting the points home. You know, strong vocalization, hitting the precepts upon precepts.
He had the spirit on him, man.
Points, you know. And he knew about certain philosophy, so to speak. He knew about the philosophy of the Epicureans and the Stoics. He was a very learned man. That's why when you read, I think, the book of Titus, he said even the Christians called the, I think, the men of, matter of fact, let me find that.
trying to get rid of the slow bellies.
Slow bellies, yep. Because he knew even certain sayings or certain proverbial sayings that was even coined on certain sects. Because he was a very, very learned man. But they looked down upon him. Why? Because he wasn't teaching what they were teaching. It wasn't it wasn't suitable to the philosophy or the ideology that they went by. And that's today. Like if we get on somebody from Dragon Con or one of these
events,
events or Epicureans come today, and we tell them to basically drop everything they're doing and follow their truth, then they can't do what they're doing anymore. That means they can't dress up like goddamn superheroes and do that bullshit no more. Now they gotta wear their garments. Now they gotta prophesy. Now they gotta grow a beard on their face.
well, if you look how people have been walking up and down the streets, these same cars, they'll look at us like, what the hell are they doing? But then they go a street over, and they, oh look, it's Spider-Man. They cheer it on. I got a quick one to what you said, if you don't mind. This is Isaiah 5:20, and it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
That's extreme brainwash, man. To wash and rewrite somebody's brain and mind to the point that all the evil they see is good and good evil, that's not easy to do, man. That's retraining the whole psyche or the whole spirit of somebody. All right? And it started with what? In slavery. When the so-called white man had us in the grips, he programmed us. That's why he let us go. He didn't just let you niggas off the chains with your ancient Israelite knowledge, which you were naturally accustomed to your natural culture. He brainwashed you. From you Latin tribes to you Negroes to you natives. That's why the Native Americans, they had to, one thing that was mandatory in America was public schooling, and in those public schoolings they would have boarding schools.
Yeah, boarding schools.
And in those boarding schools, if Native Americans would speak their natural patois or natural language, and wear their garments, which was the feathers, the feather regalia,
the fringes.
with the fringes and stuff like that, they would make them actually have to take those clothes off, and that's what you have today, dress codes.
Yep.
They would have to have a certain dress code to go by. Basically wearing European attire.
Yep.
They would have to wear that. They would put the bowl on their head and cut their hair, cut them. And if they would speak their natural language, then they would actually put them in the bathroom and rub soap in their mouth.
I was just gonna say it, but you see, he used to wash their mouth out with soap.
Wash their mouth out with soap. And that would see people today. They think that's a joke. Like when you're in school, like certain teachers would say, you need to wash your mouth out with soap.
Or curse if you curse.
Yeah, if you curse,
wash your mouth out with soap. They would actually do that. They would get a big ass bar of soap, and they would grab it by the back of their head, and they would scrub their mouth. And it came to a point that Native Americans were so beat down, they were so degraded as a people, that they didn't want to wear their clothes anymore. They didn't want to speak that language anymore, because they would be mocked, they would be looked down upon. I seen one documentary, it was years ago. Native American woman, man, it was hard for them, man. Basically in the adjustments in society, when Esau basically had the dually trucks and the dirt roads, and they was trying to make their way, so to speak. It was basically based upon a Native American woman. She was trying to make her way in society, but she was always being basically beat down, so to speak. She was always being talked down upon. White people would come by her, talking all kind of shit to her. She was trying to go one city and make refuge and try to build herself up.
I think that's on Netflix.
It might be.
If you look up Native American and Netflix, a lot of them old documentary stuff come up.
Yeah, but it's good to watch that type of stuff because you really see the hardships that our people face.
It's on YouTube.
And you see how Esau did a big boy number on.
Hell yeah.
That's what I meant to say, YouTube, not Netflix.
You look at these Native Americans nowadays, they ain't even Native Americans, man. They're not truly native to their culture. They're not even the herbs like that. They get sick, they going straight to the so-called white man.
Right.
Well,
Straight to the package.
I follow this model on Instagram. She's a Native American, and you know how like a few months ago, like you had Gucci that got in a lot of trouble for the blackface sweater. A lot of those companies, I think it was Gucci. I think Burberry got in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, what's her name? Katy Perry had a shoe.
Yup.
With the
Oh,
black
there was a lot of
face,
companies, but
yeah.
there was outrage at the so-called quote-unquote blackface. But then Dior, which is another high-end company, just did something with Native Americans, mocking them, and nobody stood up for them. You know, it's no outrage of you're mocking the Native Americans, man. That's how beat down they are. Is it's just like, hey, well, we celebrate the downfall of them.
And they beat down so much that they don't want to fight back. And that's the brainwashing. And that's how evil has been changed to good. And just like you said, now it's a fashion statement to mock the Israelite. You had this one luxury brand, I forget what it was, but they was ripping, white bitches ripping the runway, so to speak. And she had the whole a whole slave on her outfit. It was a whole slave, nappy hair, so to speak. Hair that's not conditioned or well maintained. You could tell it was, looked like a slave from the 1500s, all right? And they had the
Harriet Tubman hair.
Yeah, Harriet Tubman hair. Because they go, what you call it, nappy hair? Everybody, black people got nappy hair. That's what I mean by nappy hair. And they had the what's the joint called?
The muzzle.
They had a muzzle.
Yeah.
And it had a full muzzle, and she's ripping the runway like this is a fashion trend. And they're marketing it for what? Europeans to wear. All right. And I'm pretty sure that outfit maybe went for
Stacks.
Stack 1,500, 2,200, things of that nature. So that's how evil. But what we're trying to tell
That's in the curses.
And all we're trying to do is just reset the balance.
Make good.
Make good, and show the evil. We're not doing nothing against the so-called white man. All we're doing is pointing the mirror to his face and showing this is what you did. This is what you did. These are your actions. We're not making anything up. These aren't speculations. These aren't opinions. Everything is generated upon pure facts and biblical texts. But we're looked down upon because of what we say. Now we're conspiracy.
Or a hate group.
You see, we're a hate group. And the so-called white man has done nothing but showed us hate.
Right.
Slaughtering 99 million blacks, 77 plus million natives. Is that love? But we should turn the other cheek. For what? Bash us in the back of the head and do it again? Get the hell out of here, man.
Okay. This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not.
Yeah, and if we could actually see how many dead bodies that were killed and not accounted for that we're stepping on top of, man, we go crazy off that road, man. All these Native American bodies that was buried. You had in Peru, they just discovered in Peru a sacrificial ground.
Yep.
And I think it was over 200
Children.
200 children, man.
Oh yeah. He saw. He found. Yep. It was a children. It was a children graveyard basically.
The children graveyard.
It could have been Jake going off. It could have been Esau.
Yeah, it could have been Jake and Esau going off. But I just say all that just to say, it'd be a lot of just dead bodies that people don't even know that's accounted for. Look at all this concrete that we standing on top of. What's under this concrete?
Right.
Bodies.
So that whole movie, what was that? Poltergeist.
Yep.
When you watch Poltergeist, the original and the remake, that's what it goes into is the fact of I was a Native American burial ground, and they decided to uproot all those dead bodies to build a neighborhood where they did. And then those people that bought that neighborhood, that built them in that neighborhood, they were being haunted.
Yeah, and I remember even as a child, they would say stories like that, like like you stay in a particular neighborhood, they'd be like, it's a lot of Native Americans that died in this neighborhood, and this neighborhood is haunted. And I used to believe this shit. Of course, I never seen any ghosts or anything like that, but it always made sense to me. Like, there's many Native Americans that died in these big ass cities, Atlanta and all these different major cities. It took hard work to build these cities. People had to work to death to build a lot of these. Atlanta didn't just start like this overnight. These supersized buildings, these long road systems, all these different like Spaghetti Junction and all these different roads. And
The railroad. How many Indians that died for the railroads to be built? Yep.
And you just drop dead, they'll throw your ass in a barrel and push you in a ditch.
And that's it. Yep.
Like Apocalypto. Some more.
Nahum 3:1. Go to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not.
Yeah, woe to the bloody city. This place is built and bloodshed. And blacks are still being shot and killed unto this day. There is no peace at this particular point. It don't matter if you got Cardi B getting with Bernie Sanders, trying to recreate the urban society. That's not gonna change shit, man. It don't matter even if Trump leaves office and another black president gets in there. It don't matter if it's a whole black and Latino staff in the office, man.
That's right.
In the Oval Office. That's right. You know, if all you know, you have more blacks and Hispanic mayors and prime ministers and things of that nature. All these things don't matter. The Lord has to rewrite this whole thing. He has to break this thing down to the bottom to build it back up.
Just to build on your points, you were saying, you know, man, they put a black face in there. They had that Jake who was getting escorted to the jail, and they had basically a noose around his neck, and he had 2 Edomite cops on the horse. The sheriff was a so-called black man. So it doesn't matter if they put a black, so-called black or brown face in the office, man. White supremacy, Edomite supremacy is still gonna be there.
That's right. It's his system. His system is set up, and a nigga ain't finna break it.
Right.
You had the first black bank using white man's notes and still putting interest or usury on Jake.
Right.
Banks are created to keep Jake down any goddamn.
Right.
All these fat boy loans, that ain't to help a nigga get a better house so you can own property. It's to keep you in a perpetual debt. And it's probably worse to go through anything dealing with Jake, man. Niggas are the new Edomites.
Yeah.
They're worse than Edomites. Because, see, they have to lowball you. They have to do more wicked things onto you in order to come up the ladder, so to speak. They try to take every goddamn thing out of you. So it's worse to go through
Yeah, your worst boss is a black woman, man.
Yeah. Right.
I'd rather work for a white man any day in Babylon.
Yeah.
He just gonna eat his sandwiches, and as long as you're doing what you gotta do, he'll leave you the hell alone.
And that's why 2/3 got to be destroyed.
That's true. He'll annoy your ass.
Because you Jakes, y'all be all in a good mood, so to speak. Y'all be uppity and high spirits when y'all see a black woman
I had
get a
one
position. Black women had black men in slavery, man.
like manager.
Same thing
She
with
was
white
cool
women.
though. But they ended
But
up
see, in
finding her
today's
ass because
time,
she was too cool.
Jake just
You
wants
know?
to.
So you got to be that
just to
real
have
type of meat.
face of the people.
Black, you know what I'm saying?
To feel good
You know?
inside. Everything is about feeling good inside with niggas, man. It's not about just feeling good. It's about establishing that which is right. Fuck feelings. This thing is emotional. This is a mission. When you on a mission, when you on a serious mission, all emotions is thrown out the window.
That's right.
You want to accomplish that mission for success.
Like the Book of Eli.
Like the Book of Eli. You see, he wasn't trying to get pussy along the way and all these different things. Not saying don't get it, of course. I'm just saying how serious and how mission focused Eli was. And that's how your mindset should be. Even in the midst of Babylon. You know, you might deal with a woman, you might get you a nice car, you might get you a nice house, get you a couple upgrades, a little bit of jewelry, so to speak. Man, fuck all that shit, man. That's the mentality you gotta have. Jake get a nice car, now they don't want to be in the truth no more. They done made it in Babylon. You know?
We know men like that.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of a wheel.
The noise of a whip. And that whip hit hard. All right, that bull whip that the so-called white man whipped, the blacks whipped, all right, as well as you Native and Latin tribes, he didn't lay up on you, man. Going back to the movie Django, that black woman had dropped some eggs and they was ready to whoop her. If you didn't pick enough cotton, so-called white man was ready to beat you down. And those lashes, they were deep. It took days, weeks. You would actually have black women that would, because they would have them bars, which in Stone Mountain, they actually have one of those slave cabins. Which Lord willing, we could go and visit one day. They got the slave cabin, and right beside it, they got the big house. The big house is like fucking 100 slave cabins. But the slave cabin might have 15, 16 Jakes in it.
Yep.
Right? The big house might have 4 white people, if that. But anyways, in those slave cabins, if Jake would go off, and Jake wouldn't pick enough cotton, they would beat the living crap out of Jake's back. They would strap him, of course, to a tree and beat him down. And they would have to go back to the slave cabins. And it came to the point where you would have, mammies, so to speak, that would have to do the stitches for the man. Because those wounds were that deep.
Yeah.
Man, that whip was taking off skin.
Yeah, those lacerations.
Opening up flesh.
And the next day, you can't take a day off. It ain't master. These wounds hurt so goddamn bad. Can I just get a couple of hours off? You gotta work harder. Now you gotta pick what you didn't pick with those lashes.
Yeah, I think they had
human
Solomon.
resources.
You watched 12 Years a Slave. Solomon had to work with a bloody shirt. You can see the blood soaking through his shirt. He had to still, you know, he got whipped, and he still had to go out there and do the job. Esau, man, and like the scripture says, the Lord's gonna show mercy to him that showed no mercy, man. Esau gonna get his ass beat down for real.
That perpetual hate.
Mm-hmm.
Nahum 3 and 2, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots.
Yeah, prancing horses and the jumping chariots, and even during the context of slavery, you would have certain jakes that would try to flee slavery, and who would be right behind them? The slave catchers, which were Edomites, and in today's time that would be your police officers. But the police officers is the same as them slave catchers back then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't trying to hear nothing the nigga said. They're like, nigga, why is you even talking to me? You gonna make it. It's gonna be even worse. Oh, don't even say that when you
have a right to remain silent.
You have a right to remain silent.
Mm-hmm.
And you might try to explain your point, and it might be a valid point. You might be telling the truth, but they don't want to hear it. In court too. You have to have a representative. You have to have an attorney. You have to have all these different individuals to represent you. You don't even have a voice to speak the truth. And then you might still get penalized, even if you're innocent. So, if you want.
Right, throw you on probation or something just because.
Nahum 3 and 3.
gotta get
The
something
horsemen
out.
lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses.
Yeah, they stumbled upon their corpses. And who did that? So-called white men. It was hundreds, thousands of slaves that got thrown off the boat, not even making it to America alive.
Mm-hmm.
Drowned to death. You had some that jumped off the boat.
Yep.
The pressure was that bad. And they was at the bottom of the boat, and that bottom of the boat smelled like hell, man. You see the movie Saw, I think it was the first Saw, and you see how nasty that goddamn room looked. They had the bathtub, and the dude woke up and they had a dead body. You see all that muck in the toilet. And he had to dig in the toilet and all these things.
Find the key and shit, yeah.
You know how nasty and how foul that movie looked. And you see how foul a lot of these horror films look. All the gore and all the entrails, guts, blood.
Period blood.
Period blood and all this nasty
That
thing.
boy painted the
That's
picture.
all that was going on. That was a horror story. Slavery, man. That's why a lot of Jake can watch The Ring and they can watch all these scary ass movies, but they can't watch
Slave movie, I can't watch slave films. Well, it's no slave movie. I ain't no slave.
Yeah, your ass gonna be traumatized by watching.
Right.
You know, and it's you have to see these things, and you have to understand these things to understand where you came from, and to know to never trust your enemy. Jake don't want to see those things because what? It's gonna make them look at the so-called white men another way. I heard of a couple of Jakes that when Hoops aired in school, you know, we have to watch Hoops or you watch certain movies pertaining to slavery in school. Jake was like, man, I'm ready to whoop some white people asses right after the movie, man.
I remember my uncle told me when it came out, you know, it came out on TV back in the 70s. It used to come on at night, and it was like throughout all that week. And it was like, man, it was like when they went through all that week. This is South Carolina now. So they went through all that week. They went to school. And then Friday, you know, Jake got together and they had a big, like, race brawl. You know, Jake was, you know, jacking up white boys and stuff down there. That was like a big, you know, a real heartfelt thing that our people felt off of Roots.
And with Django,
you know?
Remember when Django came out, the Apostles, they did a special on it. And there was, I think even Farrakhan spoke on Django. And he was saying how like white people was in the crowd and they felt guilty as hell. You know, they felt to blame. So that's Esau's way of still crouching himself down. Like, oh, we feel bad because Jake was in that spirit of like, man, we want to fuck you up, man.
Yeah, after that, they're going to drink a couple of beers, get their spirits up and talk about niggas.
Basically.
They got mad at Tarantino for saying nigga so many times.
Yep.
Like, it was like, man, that's what happened back then.
The nigga girl? Esau used the word nigga more than niggas do.
Thank you.
You be hearing these nigga songs like nigga
You talking about the nigga guy.
Nigga done said nigga like 100 times. Esau said more than us.
Right.
You know?
He's a,
But he is the oppressor, man. He is the one that inflicted all these harms and all these things upon us. And that's why Jake is bugged out in the head now. And you got to go to therapy now. You have to go see a shrink. You need counseling. Your children are bugged out in their head, so to speak. Now you need drugs to supplement you in the world.
yep.
Just so that you can actually have a level of equality, so to speak, or equilibrium or balance within yourself. And it's because the so-called white man kept you low, kept you broken down, kept you oppressed.
It says, verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, selling nations through her whoredoms.
Yeah, it said the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. And constantly sleeping with that, the whore is gonna make you more and more sick. You see? And Jake is basically sleeping with the whore without a Jimmy on, man. And she jumping in the bed with Tom, Dick, and Harry. And you wonder why after years and years you start to see yourself being broken down worse and worse, man. You see a lot of these older Jakes like, man, I can't even talk to him, man. He working a whole other time or something, man. He ain't even in this world no more. Like, god damn, man. It'd be sad. It's depressing at times. You talk to some of your parents or you try to get them right, and they be seeming like the broken toys off Toy Story. Like, yo, man, they ain't no fixing.
Ain't no
like
fixing.
like Sid's toys, man.
Like Weezy. You know?
Yeah. Louise said.
Yeah, no
Louise was
matter what, the white man is not wrong.
Right, man. But you know what's
Right.
funny? It's not
Weezy
funny,
was
but
fucked
the
up.
crazy part about it is they'll be broken and you got the piece to fix them, but they don't want to receive it or they can't receive it. They
You
don't
got the
know where to
tool.
put it. It's like, all right, bro, this is what you need. I see where you're broken at. This is the exact piece that you need. Put it right here. Give it time to heal and mend, and you'll be good. That's your antidote.
Right.
Jake don't know how to do it.
Right.
But they've been broken down so long. They've been oppressed for so long that all they know is oppression. Institutionalism. What's that syndrome?
Yep.
What's that syndrome called?
Stockholm.
Stockholm syndrome. And Jake don't understand that they just Stockholm jigaboos. You know? And there's levels to it, but Jake doesn't understand that everything they're doing is pleasing the so-called white man. Esau's like, thanks, nigga. You got these Jakes shooting each other down, playing, being gang niggas in New York. You doing the white man a great favor, man. You some of the white man's favor. White man like you a lot more than these college niggas, man. You know, it ain't nothing to put another white person in these different, positions and things of that nature. But getting rid of niggas, that take time. So that's why the so-called white man will play a lot of these futures. These you have these new rappers, the Baby and Lil Baby. These rap niggas.
You got them cartoon characters?
Yeah, these cartoon niggas. They'll throw them in the bag, man.
Yep.
Millions of dollars just to keep you down. All right, they threw him 10 million, they threw him 15 million, 20. Oh, Jay-Z, all these different M's, and it's destroying millions of people on the back end. So that's even trade for Esau.
All right, Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft.
You see these master witches, and they know all about these goddamn potions, man. They know about every little spell and seance. They know the ancient wizardry of the druids, of the Magi's, the Egyptians. They go into that real Codex Magica, all these different spell castings, and like I said, and all these different seances,
Symbols and things.
symbolisms. To be a master witch is like anybody that's a master of a particular craft, anything you say, they're gonna know it. You talk to like a lawyer, anything about the law, like a master lawyer, a lawyer that's been in his service for 20 plus years, or like a master mechanic. Man, you talk to some of the mechanics like, god damn, bro, all you know is about cars, man. You know every little thing about cars, and cars are very intricate. You know everything about this car, know everything about this car.
Right.
This car came out in '79, and the transmission.
How the intake
then it
works
had
and all of that.
Recall, that recall, they only had so and so.
Yep.
Then after this year, they only had so and so and stuff. Like, damn, bro, I don't know all this shit. But that's how Esau is.
Yep.
The top witches, the location, so to speak, the macro, how to cast out spells on a macro level,
Micro,
on a micro level.
Yep.
How, that's why Esau is big on behavior psychology, because he can control that.
Hey, I was so if you brothers heard of that app, Pluto TV?
Yeah.
So you could download an app on your phone, or
Like free
or whatever,
television.
and you can watch like free TV, right? But it's not like Comcast or Uverse TV. So there's a channel on there, right, where it's like straight old Nickelodeon shows, right? Like the old episodes of Rugrats and Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
So like, we was watching, me and my brother was watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? Now when the show cut on, right, and you put the captions on, there's the first part, it'll be like, this is brought to you by the U.S. Department or whatever, right? It's going to show you it's a government show. Then when you watch these shows, you be like, man, damn, they was putting so many subliminals back then in these shows. Like,
Oh yeah, the program. Yeah.
God damn, it's the subliminals that they put in those.
Grown man messages.
Ain't grown.
Crazy the type of messages they were putting. But like you said, that witchcraft, they knew, like, here it is, your little ass is just, watching Kenan and Kel and shit.
Right.
Not knowing, they introducing feminine rights, transgender.
Right.
I was watching Rocco Modern Life. It was a whole adultery episode. I got that as adultery.
God damn. Hey, but you know what it is too? See, it worked back then. But now, especially now, with our generation, now we're adults. So of course we see stuff, but even then it's time for the truth to come out. So now we can look at these shows now and be like, oh, I know what that symbol is, I know what that means. Back then, unless you knew. But now it's time for Esau to be exposed. So all his tactics is coming out.
He was very ignorant to those things. You didn't know how to fight against it. So all you can do is naturally entertain it. What's the word? Entertain, like the word retain. Retain is to tame back or to hold within yourself. Entertain is when it enters and then it tames. Like a retainer in your mouth is to retain and keep your teeth
In place.
Yeah, shape,
So
yeah.
anything that entertains you is gonna stay in your mind. Sometimes for a lifetime,
That's crazy.
And you see how even in this truth, after years and years, you might have lingering demons from 7 years old. Right?
Yeah.
You got all kind of cookies and viruses in your
Traumatizations and stuff.
malware in your spirit.
Traumatic experiences.
Traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
Now you got to go back in yourself and perform self-therapy through prayer, meditation, fasting, and removing those certain demons, because the so-called white man has done a work unto it.
He planting them seeds.
He's planting hella seeds, and they're deep within. That's why sometimes, some brothers might catch certain demons on them. And you got to understand even too, some brothers might be sincere, but it's some just demons that Esau put out there, man. Certain bugs in the brother's system, but you gotta. That's why you always gotta pray for brothers.
And have mercy.
You gotta have mercy.
Yeah.
Man. See?
All right, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdom thy shame.
Yeah, and that's why these different nations, they don't even air a lot of bullshit that goes on in America. A lot of things that's pertaining to American, the American standard of living, a lot of nations, they don't want no parts in it.
How they ban it or they block it.
Yeah, they ban. They have a whole nother internet. I think in China. Yeah, they have a whole another style of internet. Because the American internet and the American way of life is filthy. There's so much stuff on the internet you ain't even supposed to be seeing, man.
Right.
That ain't even supposed to be on there, to be honest. Like, how the fuck is this shit just
Just in a
Floating
Google
around.
search.
yeah,
Right.
you just type a couple buttons and this crazy shit pop up.
You got them cyberspace floating around.
Yeah, cyberspace and all these different things. And you have children. Because nowadays, you have children as young as 5, 6 years old with a big boy telephone, goddamn, like iPhone 10.
Right.
No type of parental, what's that?
Filters.
Parental filters and things of that nature. And he's on every goddamn website you think of.
Yeah, but the irony of that is with kids, is the filter is sometimes worse than the regular shit. They show you that, what was that last shit with YouTube Kids? You had the whole Momo shit floating around.
Momo.
But that YouTube Kids is worse than regular YouTube.
Right, you might leave it on regular YouTube.
Just
YouTube.
understand regular YouTube.
It'll pop up on there too. Oh, like 45.
15.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 5, verse 28.
I asked my
They
niece
are
and nephew, I
waxing
said, y'all
fat.
seen Momo?
they
He's like,
shine.
no, I ain't
Yeah,
seen it.
they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Yeah, and that's how
He's,
I said they wax
yeah.
fat.
So, you know, I guess it
Yeah,
depends
they
on,
overpass the deeds of the
you know,
wicked.
this
All right, because the so-called white man has waxed fat. The so-called Israelites or you Negroes, black Hispanics, which
it
are
may not
Israelites,
directly popped up. It
wax
may just
fat
been like,
because of the
somebody
what
said
the
something.
so-called white man has gave you. And it said you have exceeded the ways of the wicked. And it's basically at a point that the so-called white man doesn't even have to monitor a lot of niggas, man. You think the so-called white man really has to stay on top of these different Jay-Z's and Kanye West? These niggas is fully dedicated, man. They're not trying to fight against the oppressor. They're not trying to raise up a revolt. They're not trying to confusion. You never hear of any of these individuals speak about Israelites. It's true to the Bible.
Right.
You had Kendrick Lamar. He made an album.
You know, with each other.
He
You know
made
what I'm
the song
saying? Man,
Yaya,
you know.
and he had a couple things to say, don't call me black. I'm an Israelite, this and that. And he went back to nigga shit. You know?
Kanye?
Oh yeah, Kanye. I think Kendrick Lamar, after that,
Jesus is King.
that what's that Lil Wayne album? The
But you don't
Dedication
know,
6.
so you just trying to
Dedication 6.
trying to hold on to that vibration.
That whole song was pertaining. Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar had a whole song pertaining to adultery, man. Lil Wayne talked about going in the house and setting them up.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
All this crazy shit. And Kendrick Lamar is on the feet. So is he really standing up for that which is true? That's why the scripture says that they have exceeded the ways of the wicked.
They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge.
Yeah, so if it says the right of the needy,
I ain't
they
not Bill
judge.
Duke.
Can you get
They look like Bill Duke.
Not
Bill Duke.
Start at 26. Yeah, it says the right of the needy, they do not judge. And who are the ones that's needy and low? Our people, man.
out here, man.
It's so hard to come up in a society because it's not designed for you to come up inside of it.
Legs out right.
Here it is in Atlanta. I don't see nothing but gooks. It's Chinese people, East Indians. They'll come from a whole nother side of the world and fall in America and make it. You Negroes that's been here,
And fall
Brady
in
babies is still struggling.
Right.
man, generation upon generation upon generation, and you still ain't got shit.
I was thinking about that yesterday, man. I
You
jumped
ever
off some
You haven't heard
Koreans
you haven't,
yesterday?
See, I know
Bro,
you Jake don't know.
They got
haven't
some
heard of
nice niggas.
crack
I'm like,
actually,
God, that's
hitting
up.
the
We've
Asian
been here
community.
400 years.
Like the Lucas.
That's what I was saying yesterday. That's what I was
Crack
saying.
cocaine
Man,
has
bro.
invaded the East Indian population. Now, all East Indians and Arabs are on crack cocaine. Now, that's
You
not
would never
going
know.
on,
You
man.
just turn down in an apartment
It's
and
totally
come out.
designed to keep
The house
you
is
down.
fucking nice.
That's why even when you listen to the different genres of music, which we don't listen to, of course, outside of hip hop, urban music, you know, you don't listen to a lot of that. Like I'm saying, like who the fuck listens to East Indian music? But anyways,
Right.
those Indians don't be rapping about that crazy shit niggas do. No, Indians don't be rapping about trap. Unless they're trying to make it in the hip hop world.
Right. Right. Unless they Jake, that's they Jake. You know. Like,
yeah. You see? But when it's dealing in terms of you jakes, it's all about shoot 'em up, rob him, take his woman, pimp that hoe, she ain't shit, I ain't shit, Jake just curses them.
Mama, daddy ain't shit.
Mama, daddy ain't shit. I'm gonna sell these drugs to my auntie and uncle. You know?
God, why?
Just that real self-destructive mentality.
That's right.
And you pumping all this music in your head, you wonder why you a goddamn creep, man. You're just a crook.
Man, I picked up
Thousands of hours of music in your head.
I picked up a nigga yesterday morning. It was early in the morning. And he's like, yeah, you got that Young Thug album? I'm like, man, I ain't playing that shit at 8 in the morning, man.
Right.
Like, it's too early for that
Right.
shit, man. Like, Jake don't give themselves no chance of waking up and having a spiritual moment in the morning. They just
Right to themselves.
6, 7 in the morning, just straight bumping Young Thug.
That's what they do. When they get up, they smoke a blunt and they put Young Thug on. You know what I'm saying?
When I
Thug.
was young, I was probably about 12. I'll give you that. Man, I used to stay in the house with my brother. He would be in the garage every fucking morning. It's like 9 in the morning. That's what wake me up is the extreme nigga shit. Bro, I'm like, it's too early, bro.
That's true. That's
It gotta
true,
be
bro.
at least
Go to
have it the
God
afternoon
damn.
time when you woke up.
Yeah.
Your gears is, your gears is in motion. You got, blood flow. Your brain is can actually take those type of hits. How the fuck you wake up like that?
Hey, you go to.
But how do you actually wake up
You know, the brother,
bumping that crazy stuff.
you hear the music, so you're like with somebody up.
Individuals
That's
waking
all.
up.
He said, y'all looking, you looking for parts. He's like, yeah, you know, you sleep.
And they wake up, they want to hear a violin. They want to hear a nice soothing piano.
The birds chirping,
harp,
maybe?
Birds chirping, some natural nature, waterfalls. Jake want to hit some gunshots, man.
Hey, cause our people, you know, black people don't have no positive outlook on life. But that's the curses, you know. It would, you know, the morning, it would evening, in the evening, would, you know, it's the morning. You know, so their whole outlook on life is just, you know, this will be my last day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out by any means.
There's a new spirit in the earth too, cause you know, like you said, when I was about 12, 13, about, you know, early mid 90s and shit like that, shit used to feel kind of cut in the spirit. Like, man, I ain't listening to no rap on Sunday.
Oh yeah, man, I used to do smoke.
You be like, oh man, I'm listening to just good music, you know. And Jake, nowadays they don't have that spirit on it.
Go for a walk or something.
Just early in the morning, just straight niggified, dark ass spirited music, man. But Jake don't know no better, like you said. What's the other alternative? Some lo-fi?
Jake don't even know what I don't know.
Instrumentals?
Right.
What is Jake's other option? They gonna wake up to Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
Like I was at work, you talk about the worst boss is to have is the wiggle woman. So I had it on lo-fi, you know, she came in the morning, still chilled out music to get your day started. She came in and said, what is this? So it's lo-fi, it's like easy listening to hip-hop. 2 minutes later, man, 107.9. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you gotta hear that shit early in the morning.
Early in the
morning.
morning.
Jake on the job, man. We up at work. You know, he let me listen to his headphones sometimes, but he was trying to get me to listen to Meg Thee Stallion. I'm like, I ain't finna hear that shit.
No, I saw.
No, yeah, that's all.
He was like, you heard about this chick Meg, you know, your album, this and that. I was like, you know, I was like, bro, I don't listen to, I just told him straight out, I was like, I don't listen to whole music, bro.
Is life music?
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
out of here.
I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to hear about no woman sucking off men.
Right, somebody's bumping Cardi B down the
How can I
street.
relate to that? What am I?
Twerking? We gonna shake your ass to it?
Yeah, like, what can I, what, I'm not into this shit? Yeah. Fuck that nigga. Fuck his best friend. Yeah. I'm telling you, Jake bugged out, man. Hey, Jake, it's getting worse to the point where a lot of these street niggas is listening to the home rap.
They do.
Bumping Cardi, thug niggas, you know, probably got a couple bodies and he bumping Cardi B.
Press.
I just like, hey, Meg Thee Stallion did one of the hardest freestyles I've ever heard. And their whole vibration is just, you know, backwards. You know, females being hard and Jake, you know what I'm saying?
You're turning up things upside down.
Yeah,
Right.
little X Nas.
Little
Nas X, a little
Nas
faggot.
X, yeah.
Well, let me be careful. Little homosexual. We don't want to offend.
I don't want to offend
Nicki
you.
Minaj, you know, back then with the
Hey,
little
Meg Thee
Kim
Stallion
that
did
whole
some
rap.
hard-ass
But you
shit.
see,
I was like, God damn.
That's trendy with
This is a bitch or a nigga.
That's why this whole place it just gotta get bottomed out. You got that?
Shit.
This is second
I hate
address.
to hear her go against
4
Nicki
verse
Minaj.
29. If
This is just
therefore that
entertainment,
which
man,
is
but Jake be
sown
in this
is not turned upside
Yeah,
down.
young man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some
Gangsta
just,
shit.
yeah, gangsters there.
This is second address 4
Shit.
verse 25. What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called?
What we then do unto his name, what we are called.
Of these things have I asked. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel.
The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. Continue.
For the world hasted fast to pass away.
And that's how it be. You be in your deep research. You be like, God dang, man. That's why Solomon spoke about the wiser you get, the more increases sorrow. Because you start to see how really effed up this world is. There is no area of rest. You go to the animal world and you try to look for a level of pleasure, you know, just getting into animals. And you see how they just dying off. They just fleeing and they gotta migrate. They gotta change their habitat. They're dying off in abundance. They're being hunted by poachers and all these different things. You know, and you try to get into the natural thing. You know, you try to get into nature and the Amazon, and you see how it's burning up.
Right. Go to, you know, well, Africa has a jungle and Africa's on fire.
Africa's on fire.
Europe's on fire.
Try to sit down and watch a movie and there's a fucking homo scene in it.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, man.
Right.
They ain't nowhere to go, man.
And they don't even cover it up no more, man. It's like full-fledged man on top of a man. You just sitting there watching the TV like, man, what the
fuck
fuck,
is this,
man?
man?
Put a whole
I put a whole gay porn in the middle of a movie.
Right.
How the fuck I'm gonna get past this part of the movie? It's gonna be long as hell too.
Right.
You know?
Like, damn, it's wasting goddamn 5-minute scene. You gotta skip it and shit.
Yeah, man.
You covering your own eyes.
Yeah,
Shit, right. Right, back in the day, we used to have to skip the sex part with the man and woman. Now it's like, goddamn. Brad said, you can't see this part. They having sex.
No.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
See, man.
What?
Yeah, see.
I thought he had like a little documentary series. They got a little gay porn. That's all. See?
Like, fusion. I don't know.
Man.
Place is off, man. That's just all I gotta say about that, man.
That's why, man, I just watch Sticks and Stones and go about my business. Watch Dave Chappelle go about my
This is 2nd Esdras 4 verse 27.
Yeah, go about 5.
And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous.
Yeah, cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous. Because all we comprehend on even on this side is really just bullshit, man.
Basically.
Everything is just it's prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're in prison so long, you don't really know what you're gonna do when you're free. You know, you're like, damn, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna. What else? You know, you've been in prison so goddamn long. But that's why you gotta have a strong imagination, and you always gotta look forward, man.
That's
you gotta
right.
look outside this place. Jake aspirations are really nice cars, because when you even think about even in the flesh what you want, you know in the spirit you be like, yeah, I want a chariot, you want paradise and you want the rest. You know, the flesh always pulls you to want nigga shit on this side.
Fighting
You want to find chicks match.
Big Benz.
Big Benz. You know? Like, if I can save this money, and if I can turn this 20,000.
You know that's coming though.
40,000, I can find another hustle for 15. That's 65,000, 70,000 a year. And if I can save that, I'll be able to get this.
Money phone coming.
Yeah. And if I can sell these shoes for 5,000 a year, buy these Jordans, I can make 80,000. That's how Jake be thinking, man. You know, and that should keep you in a perpetual slave. Always keeps you down. Always keeps you wanting more and more out of the society. And that always keeps the chain connection from Esau to you. And you don't see the chain and link.
Nope.
But the so-called white man has that constant hook to keep pulling you back more and more. And you never want that type of connection, man. Because what he's gonna do, he's gonna always pull you back.
To the house of mirth.
Yeah, to the house of mirth.
He's gonna pull you right back into that fucking mirth, man.
And that lust is gonna always pull at you. You know, you might be chilling and your lust is still strong, but the lust, man, lust doesn't die. You can't kill the spirit of lust. You can try to,
Tame it
and reduce it, but it's still there.
Yeah. Oh, you learn how to divert your lust.
Yeah, divert, or you can channel
Your passion to other things.
Channel it into, alternative desires.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when Jake, at the end of the day, when Jake get the bag, man, you thinking money, cars, clothes, and hoes, man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all Jake think, because that's the like Apostle Gabar was going into in his lesson. He said that we've never lived because that's what comes with living.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having the riches, having the women, having the children, the land, everything that comes along with it, the pleasures of life.
Yeah.
So when you get a little bit of money, you thinking, shit, I'm about to get these hoes. I'm gonna get the cars to get the hoes.
Yeah.
I'm about to eat good. I'm tired of eating 10-piece wings from American Deli.
Right.
I'm gonna eat $100 steak. You just give in to the dainties of life.
Right. Because our people are kings and priests.
That's it.
You know, so we, right. Like it's like that's just our spirit. But the problem with it is, this society,
It's no discipline.
right? Is it puts it in, it gives you a wanton desire or undisciplined desire for those things instead of knowing how to actually maintain it to get it. And it starts with actually the knowledge of who the power is that gave it to you. And it ain't the white man, the Heavenly Father.
And on top of that, our people are looking for paradise in a place that's not designed for them to actually have. The Lord already told us what our paradise is all about. We were here to serve a particular punishment. Right, Jake, you'll see Jake in prison with a fat ass flat screen TV. Like, bro, you there to serve that time and get the hell out.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course
Right.
you do certain things to cope. It's a coping mechanism.
Right.
But Jake have too much goddamn fun, man.
Yeah, man.
Jake gambling in prison. Jake got all the noodles and, you know, the
Snacks,
big TV, the
cell phone,
They get
weed.
some pussy from
You
the
think Jake
CO.
trying to get out? They the same
Shit, they
girl
get
where
pussy
at.
from their girl in
You
there.
know, they like, shit, if I leave here, I might be a peon. Why not just stay in prison
And be a king.
man? And
Yep.
that's how Jake thinks about Babylon.
Uh-huh.
Shit. In the kingdom of heaven, they speaking about this, and y'all got to be the, you know, like these different Drakes or these different rappers. If they have to come in the spirit of the Lord, they got to start at the bottom.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna. Drake ain't gonna be a high priest, and you know,
Right.
he got to start from the, you know, the bottom and work his way up.
Yeah.
And money doesn't mean anything, man. Money doesn't define your rank, you know. So you have to start from the ground up. And Jake isn't willing to humble himself and start low to grow up.
Right, because it's all about the spiritual riches.
Yep, that's right. Get some more.
This is 2nd Esdras 4, verse 27, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity.
This place is full of unrighteousness and infirmity. Now, infirmity means sickness upon sickness. You see all these pharmaceutical companies,
Shit.
man, all that money they made off of just selling you dope, selling you heroin in the pill form, are killing you. And it's to keep you sick. That's why all the food you eat, it has no minerals in it. It has no type of vitamins that actually truly repair whether your tissue or your gut, actually heal and restores. It's to keep you sick. It lacks fiber. It's hard to digest. You know, it breaks your immune system down. It destroys your brain functioning. That's why when you talk to these certain Jakes, like I said, it's like a dark cloud.
Pasquale.
Because this place is full of unrighteousness and infirmity, sicknesses upon sicknesses.
I'm gonna
And
continue.
you be sick. You might be 23 years old and you feel like you're 47.
I feel like I'm a testament to that.
I guess when he finishes.
When you're 40 is the new 80.
Shit.
You know, back in the day, 40 was like the 40 individuals in their 40s. They was moving like they in their 20s. On the court, going hard and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
Full testosterone charged up. Probably could pop 500 in one day. You know?
Yeah.
Jake be in their 20s.
Drop an engine in the car.
Hell, then drop an engine in the car.
What?
Jake could be in their 20s
Look out.
with that ED, man.
I got a preset.
That's a fact.
Yep.
When I used to work at Vitamin Shop,
Yeah.
the main thing that we sold was dick pills, man.
ED pills.
Be 20-year-old talking to. I remember when Jake came to me and asked me, "You don't be having this problem?" Hell nah, man.
I got a preset for you. It's Deuteronomy.
That's because of hormones and stuff.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
drugs. A lot of Jake out here doing drugs.
Yeah.
It says that Moses was 120 years old
Yeah, there you go.
when he died. His eyes, his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated.
Natural force, which is the spirit.
It's
He
true.
kept the same embodiment, kept the same tone about himself. He was lively. He was present amongst it, the body. When he spoke, everybody heard him. You know, you would talk to, like I said before, this before, but you would talk to some of your grandparents, they be seeming like they can't spit it out, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Voice trembling.
I mean, I ain't making fun of them, but that's just how it is. That's how this world really breaks you down. You know, it'd be hard to talk. You know,
I'll be honest.
They have real low
Like,
speech.
you know, like we
they be
look
on the
like.
canes.
we
They might
look at
be in
the
the
apostles,
70s, 60s, and 70s.
and they strong.
And
Like,
they on the cane to
like you
walk
gotta think
around
about
the
High
house.
Priest Ariel.
No
How
speaking
him
in
and his,
Moses
you know,
was
High
in
Priest
wars
Ariel,
at the
how
age of
long they
80.
was able.
Yeah, he was at
to
war
perform
before
the
the
truth.
age of 80. You know,
Pastor
after
Hall, they
war,
probably
he
can't
popping
go that
popping
long.
ribs, you know, popping his.
Yeah.
So then imagine we probably can't go as long. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, you know, like we
the
hope to that. Yeah, we at the
He
end.
could go
You
to
know?
war the next day.
The next day.
Like it ain't nothing. Charged up.
You know, when you think about
Because
it, talking about man,
life
Ariel was like, I think the Father Hall said about 77, 78.
Now,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
these times,
And his father was in his 80s when he died. So
Not
Come on,
impotent,
man.
Yeah, we can't.
you know. But some more on that.
Yeah, I don't want to see 40 in this month.
yeah.
Verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown.
Evil is sown, and it's been sown deep. You know, you see these different agricultural sowers. You see it takes time to sow. Even with people that actually sew clothes, you see the time it takes to mend those different clothes together.
Yo.
It's a real technique, man.
Hoes
Yeah.
that so weave.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that's a
Surgery.
goddamn
yeah, it's surgery.
Yeah, you gotta be on
It's a
point.
needle. Yeah, it's surgery.
They take that and then
They gotta
like,
brave
chick-
first.
They ain't got no goddamn hair in their head.
Uh-huh.
Hair might be this low, man.
And what the ones that actually make the wigs, they got to sold it, man. and it's talent.
And money.
Yeah.
So it
money,
says
yeah.
evil is sown.
Oh,
And
they
it's sown
touch so
in
much.
each and every individual.
It's like a step.
Evil in each and every individual. That's a marketing scheme. It's up on top of the marketing. That takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of resources. You know,
Everything else, but
it takes a lot of access to you. Esau has full access to you in order to sow that evil in your mind. And you don't even know, like, truthfully speaking, the evil that lingers within oneself, you always try to push it away. You know, you always try to push it off you, but it always comes back. Because what? Evil is sown. Continue.
But the destruction thereof is not yet come.
But the destruction thereof have not yet come. And even when you purge yourself from a lot of demons, guess what? You live amongst demons. You know, if you're in a crack cocaine or a drug infested neighborhood and you come clean, it's so easy to get back on that drug. Because what? You've already been on it before.
the relapse.
You can always potentially relapse. Your body desires the fix of it, and individuals peer pressure on top of that. And you look lame if you don't even do the drugs.
Yep.
Right?
I said that's the scripture. A dog returning to his own vomit.
A dog
Yep.
returning to his own vomit. And the vomit is always present, you know, amongst those individuals. It's always some new BS to get into. Look at today. It's always a new lust. It's always a new event. It's always something
Ben and
fun
Jerry's?
to mingle in. Keep on.
Continue on verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Yeah, so the place cannot be sown that's good.
If the evil place don't go down, that's what you're trying to say.
This place has to go down.
Yeah.
Man. That's why when you look up the word destroy, it also means to rebuild.
That's a hard scripture to kind of.
D is to take away from the structure. You break the whole structure down, and then you build it up. And that's what the Lord is going to do. And the Lord is not going to, establish joint thrones, the Edomite throne and the Israelite throne at once. It's always Jacob versus Esau. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. Said Jacob held the heel of Esau to basically establish that his kingdom is going to be yanked down and our presence is going to be raised up. So, you want the last scripture? Okay, so
Just continue on what the brothers are going into. You know, that's why we're out here custom going out here. Alright? So in Arkansas. You know, because right now, man, wickedness, it's seemingly happening. You know, we're trying to get our people, and turn away from their oppressors. Okay?
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 7. So thou, O son of man, have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
That's right. And watchmen are prophets. Okay? The men that you see out here, before your eyes, they're doing to the end, man. Warn our people, man. Give this word out to the Lord.
Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, and warn them from me.
That's right. He said, hear the word at my mouth. So we know that the word that we're speaking out our own words, that's the words of the Heavenly Father. Okay? You can read that last verse.
So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, and warn them from me.
That's right. He said,
One of these phones gonna come out. They're gonna show you. They already got
okay, martial law is coming. Okay, all these things are going to come upon this. This is about to be broken down. Okay, that's what we're constantly warning our people. So they can understand what's going on in the times we're living.
And these 11's about to come out.
Verse 8. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. If thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way.
That's right, So we know, with us understanding what's about to come upon this place, we're to warn our people now. Okay? Whether they hear or forbear. Okay? We know the majority of our people rebellious everywhere, man. Okay? But we still
If thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that the wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
That's right. So if we don't warn our people, And we out here, you know, just all right, man, whatever, man. We ain't gonna want it. You know, their blood will be upon our hand, man.
Yeah, Chief Ephraim.
Yeah. You know, we have to tell our people what's coming to this place, man. Telling them to repent to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, the scriptures going to in Proverbs 18:10. Name of the Lord is strong tower. Okay, our people need to know the name, man. Okay, tell them RFID chip is marked to the beast. All right, you take it, you'll be destroyed, man. All right, who warned our people all these things, man? Tell them who our enemies are. Okay, goes to Psalms 83rd chapter. Tell them Esau enemy is our enemy. Okay, tell them never trust thy enemy. All right,
The second Ezra 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
That's right, says which I will put in thy mouth. You know? So this is not our own words again. Okay, we're coming straight out the scriptures, man. Okay, we're not adding and taking away, man. For sure. All right? You continue.
Count verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's right.
Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
That's right, you know, so don't worry about, you know, these scoffers. You know, don't worry about the ones who, you know, if our people just not believing. Okay, don't let that trouble you, man. Okay, because, hey, man, we already know there is, you know, 2/3 are set up to not believe on this side, man. Okay, they're blind, all right? You know, so don't let that trouble you, man. Continue to push, continue to have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? That's what scripture going to about work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, continue.
That speak against thee. Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's right. All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And who's the unfaithful? 2/3 of our people, man. Okay? They are here. So-called Memorial Day weekend. Okay, these niggas about to get into a whole lot of wickedness this weekend, man.
That's right.
Okay, they're not trying to hearken to words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, our people out here doing whatever they want to do right now, man. Okay, a lot of them go get drunk tonight. Okay, a lot of them planning on committing adultery. Okay, a lot of people gonna get shot tonight. Okay,
I need a download.
There's gonna be a lot of car accidents tonight. All these things are coming to this place, man. All right, you know.
Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
That's right. Sword, famine, death, and destruction. All that is coming upon this place, man.
That's right.
Okay, and it's gonna hit America, which is Babylon the Great, the hardest, man. Because to this is gonna be what happens. Okay, and we warning our people all these things, man. Martial law is about to get declared. Okay, the dollar is going to collapse. You know, this system is gonna collapse, man. What's up, all these things coming? The famine is coming. Okay, it's about to be a lack of bread out here. Okay, a lot of you people about to be eating your children. Okay, all type of diseases you never heard of. You know, it's flesh-eating disease. Okay, all these things are coming, man. All right.
Verse 7. Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
That's right. The wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Okay, and when you look at America, which is Babylon the Great, this whore, okay, the philosophies of this place, you know, spread it throughout the 4 winds, man. Right. Okay, you see these different nations, you know, practicing the philosophies of America, man. Okay, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. Okay, that's why you see this place has to be destroyed, man. Okay, this America's Babylon the Great, that well-favored harlot, man. Okay, that these other nations are committing fornication with, man. Okay.
That's right.
Yep, they got dropped on that wine, man. That Babylon juice. Okay, you get Isaiah 30. He started 9. Yeah, you forgot.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
That's right. Now,
Thus saith the Lord.
That's right. Now, hurtful works are fulfilled, man. And the scripture going to about the sins of this place have reached unto heaven. Man.
That's right.
Okay, you know, and ultimately, man, you know, that's gonna lead to this place getting destroyed, man. Because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you know, is destroying the earth, you know, and spreading his wicked philosophies throughout. Okay?
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. That this is a rebellious people.
That's right. This is rebellious people. That's talking to our people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're trying to Hebrew Israelites, man. Continue on that.
Lying children.
Lying children.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh.
That's right. That will not hear the law of the Lord, okay? You know, because our people, they doing whatever they wanted to, man. they're caught up in all sorts of madness, man. Okay, all in these harlot houses, you know, in these wicked churches, man. Okay, do whatever they want to do, man. Okay, a lot of them gonna get ready to go to a harlot house tomorrow, man. Okay, and what else, man? A lot of them probably gonna go to a barbecue after that, all right, and have some food on the grill, man. Okay, you know, a lot of them going to strip clubs tonight. They doing what they want to do, man. Okay, you know, so you can read that in the book.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the Lord.
That's right, and that's going to ultimately lead to their destruction, man. Okay, you continue on that.
We say to the seers, see not,
That's
and to
right.
come.
And that's what they doing, man. They don't want us to see, man. Okay? They don't want us to bring out the wickedness that goes on these days, man. You know, just like, hey, you know, if you sleep or whatever, all right, you know, you ain't had a long day at work. You don't want somebody to come shine that light on you, man. So you just lay down, man. All right, you want to stay asleep, man. And turn off that light. That's 2/3 of my people, man. All right,
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right
That's
things.
right. They don't want us to prophesy unto the right things. That's why she go into it about he hating them that rebuking that today. And we're rebuking our people out in the open, you know, telling them to get right, man. Showing them where they're going off at, man. Correcting them, man. Okay, that shows you the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? You can
Speak unto us smooth things,
Queens, right?
prophesy deceit.
By like
That's what 2/3 of our people want us to do, man. They don't want us. They don't want us to prophesy America gonna get destroyed, man. They don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear that this system gonna fail, this dollar gonna collapse, the so-called white man going to slavery. They don't want to hear that, man. Okay? They want to hear this place is gonna continue on, man. It's wickedness, man. Okay?
You want to hear be who you want to be.
Wrestlers, man.
You know, go have fun. Be happy.
Well, what?
No, man,
but
the
you
Lord
know,
ain't
hard time. They got that. You know, all they gotta do is plant their
He's
feet
about
right.
to come
They can
back
knock your
to
ass
destroy
out.
you people that's doing
What?
wickedness, man. Exceedingly, man.
And
Continuously,
niggas, but then
doing
you
those
see these
wicked
young,
deeds, man.
like
That's right.
these,
He's about
I'm
to
pretty
come
sure they
back.
ain't like they
And he's
20s.
ready to rule
No, but you
righteous,
see,
man.
you know, 20-year-old Jake walk by and they got them skinny and
You know, a lot of our people, they want to hear
got
good
no
down
buff
with
to
you.
it.
When that's hard, man. Okay? You got to do what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Keep these laws, statutes, commandments to best of our abilities, man. Okay?
The book of Malachi, it talks about the Lord saying, where's my honor? Where's my fear? These niggas don't give it to him.
Hold on, wait.
Got
They
it.
don't do it, man.
Y'all seen the new Desi?
They'll rather fear
Yeah, you
so-called
seen the
white
new
man.
Desi?
That's right.
All right? You know? Scriptures go into it about fear.
Oh, he's
fear not
Yeah, they fighting the
you
hood.
know, kill the flesh.
He said,
Yeah.
yeah, they want to call parlay.
Hey, exercise along.
Body and the soul.
They said, well, y'all
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
That's right. And who can kill the body? Esau. The so-called white man can kill your body, all right? You know, he can have you in a fever camp, okay? You know, he can shoot you. You know, I just seen a video recently of a Jake.
That's what I was
You know,
saying.
he was driving in the car. Man, it looked like the police car looked like it rammed in front of him. And it was a whole bunch of Edomites beating the shit out of Jake.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, Esau can do that. But hey, you can read that thing about the shot on top.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are able to kill the soul.
That's right. You know, they ain't able to kill the soul. Okay, all that Esau can do is kill your body, man. Okay, but once you know, hey, man, you know, the Lord's not protecting you. Okay, the angel's not around you, and you do perish, man. Okay, our so-called women can kill your body, and you go back before the Father. That's right. Okay, you know, he can't do that. The so-called white man can't do nothing after that, man.
And that show that he's not gonna be able to save you either. You know, people depend on this damn army. Well, it's not gonna happen in my lifetime. He's not gonna save you, man.
And they show you the so-called white man, these Edomites are spiritual, man.
That's
okay,
right.
you know, a lot of people, you know, trying to say, you know, with the mark of the beast, a carnal mark. It's not a carnal mark, man. I mean, it is a carnal mark, Salaki. It's not a spiritual mark, Salaki. You know, it's a carnal mark. The art of the microchip is a mark of the beast, and this is gonna be physically implanted into you, man.
That's right.
Okay.
It's an actual device.
Yeah, it's actual device. You know. That's right.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's right. You know, and who can do that? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Okay, you know, because the Lord, you know, what she's going to about I kill, I make alive. Okay, the Lord can put you to death. Okay, and have you come back in the reincarnation, you know, all type of jacked up, man. Okay? Can have you lame, you know, can't walk blind, okay? You know, you can be tortured every day, man.
That's destroying you in hell.
That's right.
Living out your judgment.
And then also destroying you in hell is that second death. All right, because he's gonna cast hell and death into that lake of fire, and that's another way of destroying your body and soul in hell.
It's Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and seek and ask for the old paths.
The old path of righteousness, man. You know, following the ways of our forefathers. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Okay, going with the to Yahweh. You continue on now.
Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your soul.
That's right. You know, you should find rest for your soul. Okay, that's why we out on always pushing this truth. You know, so the elected our people can get it, man.
That's right.
Okay, so they can find rest for their soul, man. So they can come back to Yahweh about your shop. Matter of fact, you can continue on to verse 17.
But they said we would not walk therein.
That's right. And that's 2/3 of our people. You know, they say we're gonna walk their rent, okay? Why? How are they saying that? By following that, doing what they want to do, following after the heathens, man. Okay? That's the, you know, showing that they ain't working, man.
That's right.
Okay?
Verse 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
That's right. We're blowing the trumpet, man. Telling our people this place about to get destroyed, man. Telling them to come back to Yahweh about your house.
That's right.
Like I was just going into it, Isaiah 30:10. You know, our people want us to speak smooth things into them, man. They don't want to hear the truth, man.
That's right.
Okay, the wicked.
That makes sense. Hey, that's the spirit, man. What just passed? The memorial of the blowing of the trumpets.
But they said we would not hearken.
They said we will not harm.
Yep.
Like I was, you know, going like the scripture just going into, that's going to lead them to being destroyed.
That's right.
Con, this is back to 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
That's right.
We don't do that.
The Lord's not holding his tongue anymore, man. Because he has his men out here, you know, showing our people where they're going off at, man.
Exactly.
Okay, and that shows that it's not going to be an excuse for Jake out here, man.
Exactly.
Okay? The Lord has his prophets out here. You know, you're seeing different camps, you know, all across the four winds, man. Okay? Preaching the same thing, man. Preaching the same doctrine, man. Okay?
It's like the Lord is coming to say, hey, I'm trying to help you. Hey, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Please stop. Please stop. Bless you this time. Try to get you on your feet. Oh, you still doing the same nigga shit? All right, bet. I'm not gonna hold my tongue no more. All right? I'm gonna send plagues on you. I'm gonna send curses on you, etc., man. You're gonna fall, you're gonna weep, you're gonna tremble, all right? You're gonna die in that second death, and you're gonna come back to everlasting shame, man, all right? Here it is, the Lord set up prophets to blow the trumpet, man, all right? Warn our people, all right? When you people cannot, you know, like, you get it, man, all right? Stop doing this, stop doing adultery, stop doing homosexual.
That's what the brother.
But here it is, coming into the last days, exceedingly, all right, hastily. The Lord's like, hey, man,
I think I'm gonna reread that. I think you can start
the
it
grace
about
period is over, man.
7 to 8 and then go down.
Okay, come. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. It says, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cries unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
That's right, man. You know,
I know y'all always bring that one movie.
You know what did the wicked about people do, man? You know, they slayed the prophets, man. Okay? You know, but this time around, the wicked about people ain't gonna make them do that, man. Okay? Because we know that standard is going to be lifted up for the elect of Israel. Okay, ultimately we know that when it said the enemy shall come from the flood, was that Isaiah 59:19? We know it's going to be Esau, you know, and the rest of the nation.
But if you read that, Israel wasn't a whore.
But 2/3 of our people also
We became a whore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
put their hands on the prophets for more now. Okay?
What is it?
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
But then he's gonna take us back. But that
John, this
particular
is,
thing,
second-
we're just talking about how we was
second
born,
Ezra,
we was like a baby. He
15
walked the
verse
kingdoms
8.
up, raised us up, made us into a kingdom.
Yeah, come. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cries unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So the just complain continually. The scripture go into it. What's that? Ezekiel 94 about sign and climb, man. Who's doing that sign and climb right now? Complaining, you know, for all the wickedness that's being done in this place, man.
Exactly.
The elect, man. Okay, the men of the Lord, the ones that's pushing this truth and all sincerity to get up out of here, man. Okay, you niggas ain't complaining, man. Okay. You know?
You know, Isaiah 42 and 14. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still, and I free myself. Now will I cry at your belly woman. I will destroy and devour once.
That's right. It says I will destroy and devour at once. Okay? And we know these plagues are coming upon this place. And also, our Lord Yahushua will return with an innumerable amount of angels and chariots with him. Okay? Destroying you wicked people, man. Okay? You know, what it says, what it says, cry like a rebel, roughly paraphrasing, okay? The Lord's gonna put a lot of you people to death, man, upon his return, man. Okay? That's what's coming. The scripture's going to about the slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? It's gonna be many people getting put to death, man. Okay? I can't put an exact number on it, man, but the majority of you wicked people gonna die here, man. Okay? That's what's going on.
I got a quick one. Okay, this is a fucking Pride of Moab, man. Shut up. So this is just characteristics of these Jake here now, but this was back then. Exodus 16:3. It says, "And the children of Israel said unto them, would to the Most High we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt." So they're like, man, we should have just stayed in Egypt and died. You know what I'm saying? It says, when we sat by the flesh pots, it says, and when we did eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth unto this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. They was complaining like, man, we was better off in Egypt. That's how Jake is right now.
They was looking back, you know, in Egypt, you know,
it was comfortable
things, you know,
there.
the benefits they got, you know. That shows you what some of the spirit of Lot's like.
Yeah, that's right. Looking back.
All the systems, all the materialistic things. That's why, man, that's why I was saying, what's the lust of the eyes, things of that nature.
It's 1 John.
The special of this world shall pass away.
That's right.
Because it's going to pass away.
That's right.
Those who still wonder, ooh, I can't believe all this. Who still wonder this God-forsaken place, man?
That's right.
You know, if you really look around, you know this place is shit, man.
That's right.
All right? The air, the chemtrails, the food, the women, the men, the children.
The lifestyle, just the whole lifestyle.
And everybody living that dead lifestyle.
Hell
Once
yeah.
you go and look around, man, you know, niggas will talk about clothes, getting women, all that. That shit get old, man.
And
You know, smoking, getting old, things of that nature.
You know what's crazy? When you just randomly smiling down the street, people think that's awkward. What? That I'm happy? Everybody wants to see you down with a fucking frown on your face. Everyone wants to see you livid and agitated. It's like, what the fuck kind of life is that?
Right. It's all old, man. That lets you know through the spirit, the fashion of this world is passing away as we speak.
That's right.
Because, you know, 2/3 still going to do their 2/3 shit. But it's
get boring.
With the apostles and elders all the way on down, we're like, man, this shit old. You know, simple as that.
Y'all been doing long, so y'all have no time to get that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and
That's right.
depart, for this is not your rest.
That's right. This place isn't our rest, man.
That's right.
Okay? You know, it's a saying in the world, you know, about how you only strong as your weakest link.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at our nation, man, you know, you'll see the Jake, you know, homeless out here, man.
Yep.
You know, that shows, you know, the state that our people are in.
Man,
Okay,
hell
this
yeah.
ain't our rest, man. Okay? You see a Jake bugged out. You know, you seen the enemy putting your people to death, man. This ain't rest, man. Okay? Eating GMO food, constantly sick. You know, chemtrails throughout the air. All right? The rainforest is being burnt down. Okay? These concrete streets, brothers got back foot, hip toe problems. Okay? Working these 9-to-5 underpaid. You know, putting our money into a bag with a hole in it. Okay? Constantly having to pay. Yep, that's right. Constantly
constantly have to
Yeah, the bird, yeah.
say like the rainforest being burned down, that's 20% of the air that was across the spot. So if you take that away, man, we're really gonna be trying to pay for air, man. The 2 Chainz be trying to buy air for $20.
Oh yeah,
It's really gonna get
that shit was funny.
You show you, man, it's about to get that bad out here, man.
That's right.
You read that again, Bubba Kashaf on the top of it?
And that also show you, man, Esau not that strong. And like you mentioned, weak link. You got 2-time losers out here, man. Esau really not prosperous. They're really not winning. You know? But it's Michael 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
That's right. You know, this is not our rest, man. You know, we're supposed to depart from this place spiritually, man. Okay? Hey, when you look around, man, you know, this place is not our rest, man. You know, constantly, you know, got to pay bills. You know, constantly at the bottom, being the tail. You know, while the so-called white man's on top right now, living it up, getting the best of your women. All right, you know, just the fact that these Edomites getting out women show you how destroyed we are right now.
Shit irritating.
You know? Yeah, man, while we get, you know, the bottom of the barrel, man.
That's
Okay?
right.
You know, this ain't living right now, man. We don't really know what it's like to live, man. All right, you know, that's what we want, the king, man. Okay? You know, matter of fact,
This is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
yeah, that's right. You know, 2/3 of my people, they going down to Egypt for help, man. Okay, you know, Egypt goes to bondage, man. We in Egypt today, man. Okay?
You got the house of bondage. What you get that in what? Exodus the 2nd chapter. It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many.
Yeah, you know, 2/3 of my people, they trust in Esau's military. You know, the things he got, you know, they see his F-35s. You know, they see all these weapons Esau got. Man, a lot of, you know, they trust, you know, in this place, man. That's right.
Come, this is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Yep, that's right. You know, so they trusted in what so-called white man Esau Edom can do for them, man. You know, they trusted in his military might. You know, seeing his F-35, seeing his tanks out here. All right, seeing his military, seeing how many troops he got. All right, seeing what's going on throughout the foreign, seeing all the military bases all throughout the world, man. See, you know, how many of them are in the Middle East, man? How people, man, worried about that, man, because this place hasn't been nuked yet, man.
Yeah.
Okay? How people trust in this place, like, hey, man, nobody's about to touch America, man.
This is Psalm 62:10. Trust not in oppression and become not vain and robbery.
Bring it out, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
God. This is Psalms 62:10. Trust not in oppression and become not vain and robbery.
Yep.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
There you go.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Those shows, you're supposed to be complacent in this place, man. Okay, getting the crumbs off the table from the so-called white man. Okay, don't trust in this oppression, man.
That's right.
All right, a nigga sell out, you know, and get a couple million, like, all right, I'm good here, man. You know, a nigga go get him a big house, you know.
A big chain.
Yep, go get
and
some
big
bus-
rims.
Yep, that's it. Go get some bus down.
Owned in prison,
Yep,
killed.
yep.
It's just dead, man.
You know, but hey, that's what a lot of people want, man. You can just $1 million right now. They ain't thinking about you get education. All right, you know they thinking about what they
Trick
They
it.
get the biggest chain. Yep, the biggest rims.
The girl's biggest booty.
Yep, the biggest booty. They get a Lambo. You know, hey man, that's what a nigga want, man.
Right?
You know, hey, that was it on the right.
Yeah, Con, that was it.
All right, so you did what you got out.
Isaiah,
Yep.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand. That-
14. Yep, that's it.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The cat of exile hastily. Exile. Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The cat of exile hastily, that he may be loose.
That's right. You know who's the captain's exile right now, man? The elect.
That's right.
Okay, because we want to get out of this place. Lord willing, we be a part of that number, man.
That's right.
You can read that from the top again, Barbara Shaw.
Verse 14. The captive exiles hastily, that he may be loose.
That's right. Hasten that he may be loose, man. Okay, we want to be loose from this place. We want to get up out of here, man.
Okay? We're not standing for the wickedness that goes on in this place, man.
Exactly.
Okay? We want righteousness, to flourish throughout the earth, man.
That's right.
Okay? Read that from the top again, Bible Shadi. Continue on.
It's a heavy precept.
The captive exiled hastily that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit.
That's right. They should not die in the pit. They should not die in the system of Esau, man.
That's right.
Okay? We want to get up out of here, man.
That's right.
Okay? But a lot of you niggas are comfortable in this place, man. But look at what's going on with your people, man.
Right.
Okay? You ain't tired of being at the bottom, Jake. We've been at the bottom since we came over here, man. Okay, man. Hey, man, this played out, man. Okay? Before we came over. Hey.
I got a precept for you.
Lord, that his bread should fail.
That's right. Lord, that his bread should fail. And the scripture going to my Lord, I'm saying that he's the bread of life, man.
That's right.
Okay? And what else in Ezekiel was that about eating the whole road? That's right. Okay, so get the complete knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, these scriptures, man. That's right. Okay? You can get that out.
Con, this is Haggai 1 and 3. Yeah. It says, Then came the word of the Lord to Haggai the prophet, saying, Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Verse 5, Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is no warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes.
That goes to show you, man, that we still a slave here, man. Okay, no matter how you think, you're going to get in Esau society, man. It's a limit here, man. Okay, it's what this so-called white man is going to let you get, in this system, man. Okay? No matter, hey, man, you making $100,000, $200,000 a year, man. The elites, still, have resources, man. Still calling the shots, as far as put him in office. Are we going to put Trump in office? Okay? You niggas ain't calling them type of shots, man. Okay? And ultimately, man, we know, hey, man, that the Lord, controls the hearts of the kings. Okay? So, hey, man, we know that the Lord's controlling these elites, man. Okay? The Lord controls, the kings of the earth, man. Okay? He ruled in the kingdom of men. Okay?
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2.
That's right.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
That's right, When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, man. Okay? When you look at King Solomon, hey, the people, was rejoicing when King Solomon, was in rulership, man. The other heathen nations coming down, wanting to hear the wisdom of Solomon, man. Okay? That was going on.
God, this is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
That's right. The people are rejoicing. The people are happy, party. All right? When the righteous, are in rulership, man. Okay? When you go into that word party, an online etymology that goes into to have a good time, man. So it's a lot of partying when the righteous, in rulership, man. You can continue on.
Make it sport.
If you look around today, even though, Jake is in that folliness, but the men of the Lord aren't happy, man. All right? Yeah, we happy that we got this word, things of that nature. But once we look around them, like damn, man. Our people are true, okay? We want our people to understand as well as us. But they're not going to get it on this side. They're going to get it in the kingdom. And the laws, statutes, and commandments is written in our inward part. That's right. God. I'm going to continue. It says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people want more.
That's right. When the wicked bear rule, the people want. Okay, who's the wicked? Esau, Edom, and the so-called white man. It's on the Malachi, the first chapter.
Go to verse 16.
Okay? You Edomites, are the wicked that's bearing rule right now, man. Okay? Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's right.
Okay? Is you read Hebrew Edomites that's ruling right now, man.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what the people are mourning, man. Collectively, the people in the mourning state, man. Okay? You got some niggas here and there, they think, all right, they got their riches, they having a good time, but hey, man, inwardly, man, they really mourning, man.
Hey,
okay?
That's you hit it right on the head. I was about to say, J. Cole, he had a song, I think it's called like Middle Child. Yeah. And he says, pretty much paraphrasing, he says, all the money can't take the pain away. Yep. You see? Yep. See, Jake, all them rappers, they be having their goo-wop, they money stacks, but like he said, it don't take away the pain from the inside of the shit I used to have to go through in this goddamn society. I'm still like, fuck this shit.
It's like it's a facade,
Yeah.
live their best life.
Exactly.
Don't take away the pain to what they had to do to get that.
That's right. You know,
That's it. That's it.
To speak about things we done in darkness.
Ooh, yeah.
Paraphrase, man.
That's
It's
it.
a shame to speak about what a lot of you niggas doing at deeper level. We know about what these elites doing.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, man, you know, it'd be a shame to speak to some of those things. Okay? Oh, you can't.
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases.
That's right. You know?
Hey, we should be a spectacle. I guarantee you was looking at us. Scratch all his fucking ribs.
That's what he said. You know, all sorts of wickedness are at an all-time high right now.
No, that nigga, man. That's a brand new. That's an infinity.
But the righteous shall see their fall.
That's right. The righteous shall see their fall, man. Okay? And that's what we're waiting to see, the fall of our enemy, man.
That's
okay?
right.
And who's our top enemy? Esau, Edom, man.
Hey.
Okay?
See, that's a precept to that Maccabees, where it says evil's multiplied.
Yeah.
Because what did the beginning of that one say?
Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied,
See,
transgression increases.
when the evil was multiplied during the time of the Greeks, it started from that shit all the way to where we're at now, man. It didn't just kept, the scriptures say wax worse.
Yep.
It even says the love of many wax worse.
Yep.
It's the same thing. Esau's goddamn wickedness wax worse and worse until this very moment as we speak right now, man.
That's right.
There you go.
Yep. That's why the so-called white man has to be took out of power, man.
That's right.
Okay, it has to be took out of rulership and put into slavery, man.
That's right.
Okay? You Edomites are going to slavery, man.
That's right.
Okay? Thus saith the Lord.
Oh,
man.
that's bodyguard.
All right, you so-called
That's like
white
the one with
man. You continue on.
That's right.
Get that out. Yeah.
It's Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy,
Yeah.
and the 10th what I utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
That's right.
He that lived to see the fall of his enemy, man. Okay?
Get
Seeing what this
told
so-called
it.
white man is doing us, man. Okay, we're waiting, you know, hastening the day. We're waiting, you know, to
Think
see
like
the fall of our
chapter
enemy,
14.
man. Okay, but we know we have to be patient, man, because we know the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has to get his first, man. Okay?
Vengeance of the Lord.
Yep, that's right. And yep. Isaiah 63. Okay?
You saw the fall in
All right,
Nineveh.
you get that Isaiah 63.
You don't have to get it, but you can hold it.
You know, because you so-called white people have to be took down, man. Y'all have to get took out of power, man. All right?
That's a must.
Yep. It has to happen.
This is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Moses.
Flood.
Yeah, that says, who is this that coming from Edom, man? The God comes from Basra. Okay? You know, we know that's talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay? You know? And why is this, why it says his arm is going to be God? You know, that's representing how much bloodshed, you know, is about to get spilled out here, man. Okay, you read
Come, this is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
That's right. You know, and when you look at Basra, that was a capital city of Edom, man. Okay, but you can equate that today with America, which is Babylon the Great, man. Okay, because we know when Yahweh shall return, we know he's gonna come, and he's gonna come from the east after the short. Matter of fact, that's I'm gonna hold that. Hey, just continue on that.
God.
Yep.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
That's right, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Because we know our Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to return, you know, with the innumerable amount of angels and chariots with him. All right, he's going to have that big fathership chariot, man.
That's
Okay?
right.
You know, and what you're going to see going to be on top of it, putting you wicked people to death, man. Okay? That's what's coming, man.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Mighty to save. That's right, you know, because we know it's going to be a balance too. Okay, our Lord, he's going to return to put a lot of you wicked people to death.
That's
okay?
it.
There's going to be a lot of bloodshed. And also, we know that the elect of Israel will be delivered. Man. Okay? They're going to be beamed up into those chariots. All right? You get that.
Yeah.
The second Ezra chapter 13, verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Matter of fact,
Yeah, just keep reading. Just keep reading
Verse
it.
9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held his sword, nor any instrument of war.
Yep, that's right, and that's going into when Yahushua, returns, okay, we know he's going to be over there in the east, man, okay? That's what Scripture's going to in Joel, the 3rd chapter, okay? About the nations being gathered together in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahushua, which is Yahweh's judgment, okay, in the Hebrew, okay? We know those nations are going to be gathered over there, man, okay? And what they're going to do, they're going to be fighting. But when they say, our Lord Yahushua return, okay, the chariots and the angels, okay, they're going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to try to fight against the Lord, man. All right, this is what this chapter is going into, man. Okay, you go on, man.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
That's right, as it has been a blast of fire, man. Okay, because he ain't going to have to,
I mean,
have
I just know it's
sword coming down for you heathens to death, man. Okay? It's gonna be that concentrated fire coming from the chariots, okay? Wherever he's saying to go. Destroying you wicked people, man. Okay? Hey, starting off with you heathens and the nations of the earth gathering over there in the Middle East, man. You continue on.
And out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
That's right, man. It's gonna be that concentrated fire coming from those chariots, man. Okay? You continue on.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of the innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
That's right. As we saw this in vision, man. Hey, you heathens, that's you hard-headed niggas that's going over there in the army, all right, that's getting shipped out to the Middle East to fight the war, okay, for Esau, okay, to be a part of his army. You're going to get destroyed over there when our Lord Yahushua returns, man. Okay? What it said? Nothing to perceive or smell. What is it? What is that?
I read it.
Yeah, read that, Baba.
It says from top, verse 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
That's right. You heathens are about to get destroyed over in the Middle East when our Lord returns. Okay? That's what's about to happen, man.
Niggas like, let's just go down trying to make noise.
I'm just kind of decent and shit.
Looking proud as hell. Hey, but this is all about to get brought to a knot.
God damn, man, you can't come to the city and just be regular.
But yeah, like I was just going into, man, yeah, you heathens are about to get destroyed over there in the Middle East. Okay, and after he destroys the heathens over there in the Middle East, when he returns, he's going to come over here to America, which is Babylon the Great, to destroy this place as well, man. Okay, to put you wicked people to death, okay, and to destroy the rulership of Esau. Okay, you get
I had a pretty good meal. I went to
Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 12. Afterward, I saw the same man come down from the mountain and called upon him another peaceable multitude. Verse 13, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and the other some bought them that were offered. Then was I sick through the great fear, and I awaked and said,
I knew some stuff, but
so yeah, he got sick, after sin, what he did, what the Lord did, to those people in the vision, man. Okay, and what he's going to do, man. Okay, somebody get that.
And it said, and that's what it said, some were glad, man. We're gonna be the ones to be glad, man. That peaceable multitude, man.
This is Micah 5 and verse 15. And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen such as they have not heard.
That's right, such as they have not heard. Okay? Because, hey man, what the Lord is about to do to the wicked and you heathens, okay? Y'all ain't, man, you know, y'all ain't heard, y'all ain't experienced this yet, man, okay? You know, hey man, because it's going to be some heathens, you know, they ain't going to want to bow down, okay? They ain't going to want to give you order. You know what the scripture is going to? You know, those, you know, that we got, basically goes to slay them before you, roughly paraphrase, okay? Yeah, you go ahead.
Let you know, the Lord, he wants to fight. The Lord want to let you know who he is, man. The Lord want to let you know that it was him that put you at that low estate, that killed you. All right? I'll bring you up the piece. Yeah, you got it. This is Exodus 15:3. The Lord, Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is his name.
That's right. So we know that the Lord, you know, the Heavenly Father, and the Son is a man of war. So we go, okay? You know, hey, the scripture going to us that.
Talk about King, right?
Okay? So, hey, man, this is what we're telling our people, man. We ain't out here trying to tell you small things, man. We're telling you what's about to come to this place, telling you America is Babylon the Great, will be destroyed, okay? Telling you that Yahweh is about to establish his kingdom on earth and righteousness, man, okay? You know, that's what's coming, man. All right, peace ain't coming to this place until Yahweh is ruling, man, with the elect men joint heirs with him, man, okay?
He go in the afternoon. So now it's about him. So I gotta figure out.
It's Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
Yeah, it says the Lord will come with fire. Okay? You know, hey, the Lord is going to come back, you know, with that concentrated fire from those chariots. And also, we know the scriptures go into it about the weapons of his indignation. Okay? The weapons of the Lord's indignation are those Assyrian thermal missiles, man. Okay, that's going to be a part of that fire as well. Okay?
And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
That's right, his rebuke with flames of fire. So that's how you people going to get corrected, man. That concentrated fire comes from those chariots, man. You continue on now.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
That's right, and that word plead goes to judge, man. Okay, so that's how you people going to get judged and wicked, man. Okay? And you know, the concentrated fire going to come from those chariots, and wicked people are going to get destroyed, man. Okay? That's what's coming, man. It's the American.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
That's right, the slain of the Lord shall be many. So it's going to be many people being put to death. Okay? That's what's coming. All right, but with that said, we'll continue on in the spirit.
So, you get
Oh yeah. Shit. That's only because it's goddamn 6 days old. I just got it.
Matthew chapter 24:1. It says, and Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? Now the end of the world.
Right. And the disciples of old, which became the apostles, that's what they were looking for. When was the Lord Yahushua going to return back? Okay, and that's what we're here to do. Tell the people of the world the signs of the return of Mashiach Yahushua. All right, and part of those signs are, massive hurricanes, storms, uprising of the people. Matter of fact, you read it, Colin? You get what is that? Ecclesiastes 25 and
I'm gonna jump in there.
plague of the heart 25 and Was that 25? You know what it said?
Oh, they just read it. 25 and 7?
Oh, 25 and 7.
That's what Ecclesiastes said. You just read that, right?
Oh, Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiasticus.
Oh, Ecclesiastes. Okay.
Because
Yeah. We just.
we'll bring it up.
This Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 25 verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
You want the
No. Give me no plague. Give me
the wickedness of man?
yeah.
Okay, kind 13.
25 and 13.
Yeah, kind. This Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 25 verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart.
And that's what we're focusing in right there, the plague of the heart. Because these people out here, they're plagued in the mind, man. And that's the scriptures is telling you that's one of the worst plagues you can have. You rather have chicken pox or measles or Ebola, because you know what? With a plague like that, you could take the right medicine or the herbs or whatever. But when you twist it in the head, there's really no type of medicine that can help you with that except the Lord having mercy on you. And that's what these people are. That's why here in Atlanta this weekend, what do you have? You have a black gay pride, man. There's absolutely nothing to be prideful about being a homosexual, man. Here it is, 10, 15, 20, not about 20 years ago, homos had enough sense to do what? Hide the shit. They was gay as hell. They was gay, but they hid it. They're like, nah, we go to here and there. Bitch, my mother, she just turned 61. And she told me back in her youthful days, her and a childhood friend, which he was a homosexual, they used to come up here to Atlanta. So there's this misconception that Atlanta's just got gay.
Oh, nah.
You know, Atlanta's been a hub for homosexuality. Like with anything. Like the brother behind the camera was speaking on earlier. What you're seeing today is literally the manifestation of what's been already happening. Going back to Greece, going back to Rome. So it's the same thing here in Atlanta. Atlanta just didn't turn into the hub of homosexuality. It was that way, but it was in secrecy. And that's a serious plague of the mind. Matter of fact, when you get Romans 1, yeah, continue on with that.
Kind. And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Yeah, because the wickedness of a woman, women excite this type of shit. They encourage it.
That's my best.
You know,
Bitch.
you know these women, because really these women of today, that's why through the spirit they don't want a real man. They want a homosexual man. They want enough of a man that when they have an urge for some sex, they can get it from him. But the other 98% of the time, he's just a beta male that she can just toss to and fro how she wants, man. But the point of us bringing that out is the plague of the mind, man. And these cities are becoming cesspools of crazy people, man. The black woman wants to be the white woman. The white woman wants to be the black man. The black man wants to be a white woman. It's just confusion, man. All right, now bring that out in Romans.
Romans 1 and 24. Because the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
Matter of fact, go up to
I'll go talk to you.
yeah.
Okay. So it says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
And that's what this weekend, the Spirit's been heavy on focusing on this weekend. All right? And that's all this weekend is. It's a lust of the heart. The lust of your eyes. What we went through the list of things it was. You got Luda weekend. Right? So that's fun. I think he holds a basketball game over there in the AUC, I believe, every year. So you know there's gonna be music and drinks, women. For the women, it's gonna be men. You see? You got Black Gay Pride. You got the football games, Taste of Soul with the food. So whatever your lust, your lust after is here for you. All right.
Pockets.
Yep. And when you go into to the history of the Bacchus thing back in Rome, it started out where they had it once a year, right? They would celebrate that once a year, but it was, hey, you know how Jake is. It's so much fun. Hey, let's do it next month.
Oh yeah, they had also in Rome Saturnalia. Was that word Saturn? That's where you get Saturday, and Saturn goes into really Satanism.
So, yeah, Satan Day.
Satan Day.
If I may say, that's why you have 2 books of Corinthians. Paul was cursing out the church of Corinthians because when you study about the city of Corinth, Greece, it's like equivalent to a Vegas. It goes on in Corinth, stays in Corinth. So there's a lot of bullshit going on over there.
Yep. Sin City.
Sin City.
Yeah, what's that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
It's the same thing that was going on in Corinth.
And you know, that's the same spirit here. The only thing that's missing here is gambling. Which they, through the spirit, well, through hearsay, I've heard, that's what they really want to turn downtown underground into. They turn underground into a gambling site.
See, the thing is, I was hearing about that too. They're trying to stop it because that gambling production is going to cut down a lot of other entertainment. So it's like a back and forth company fight. Because they know if gambling is a big thing, then they're going to lose a lot of their money. So they want to push gambling away. So it's basically a back and forth commotion as far as gambling. But just like you said, they're going to try to push that too, though.
See? Keep going.
Right, so it says, who changed the truth of the Most High to a lie.
Yeah, because the main people we're talking about today is you Israelites, man. You Israelites, you were given the truth, you were given the way, the light, you know, the laws, the prophecies, the Lord. You had it all. That's why the Lord said, though these people stood before me, he said, basically, what did he say?
My heart cannot be
tortured. Right. So you had the truth, but you turned the truth of the Lord into a lie. So now you're into everything but the truth. Keep going.
It says, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator who is blessed forever.
Oh, they worship. Hey, it used to be, going back several decades, that our people would worship literally celebrities. But in 2019 and moving forward, they worship themselves, man.
Yeah,
everybody wants to be that. Everybody sees themselves as a celebrity, as somebody important. You know, it's in that. But you know what? That Edomite that is whenever you think about this, the Church of Satan, they always show him. And he was going. What's his name? That guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, he was speaking on Satanism, and he was like, really, do we worship Satan? No. It was like Satanism is actually the worship of yourself, individuality. You know, that me, that ego.
Selfishness.
Selfishness. Bring it out, brother.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Verse 2, for men shall be of themselves.
Yep. And if you notice over the last several years, the reason why a lot of Jake fall out of the truth is they have a real strong love of themselves spirit. They be into themselves more than they be into the brotherhood, you know, or into the word. They're about me. Well, you offended me. You made me mad.
See, that's how you know they don't really. They could have read it, you know, but they don't understand what Philippians 2 is speaking about, where it says, "Esteem those above yourself."
That's right.
See, and almost everything. Put yourself second. Put yourself. Yahushua talks about taking the low seat. All right. Don't self-glorify, exalt yourself into a position or make everything about you. It's not about you in the first place. You gotta put your ego away. It's about Yahushua in the first place.
That's right. But in this world, it's all about what makes me feel good. Me, I'm going to Atlanta, and I'm going to go have sex with whoever I want to, and I'm going to eat whatever I want to. You hear? It's a lot of eyes involved.
Beyonce had that song, "Be Myself" and I
Yep. And that's the spirit of this place, man. And that's why the scriptures say what? That the love of many shall wax cold.
That's right. Yep.
See, that selfishness it's only going to increase. You gotta think, how selfish do you gotta be that you would rather instead of starving to death, you'd rather eat your own child? That's a high level of selfishness. Where in the spirit, you're supposed to be willing as a parent to die for your child, but you say, now, fuck that. The child can die, and I'ma live. That's selfishness on 10.
See, that goes with a lot of immorality and a lot of lack of integrity. That's the spirit that goes around this place. But amongst the men, we I don't want to say take pride, but we take pride in the morals that were set from Yahushua. We keep the integrity. The whole book of Job.
But the scriptures say that we would boast that the Lord is our Father. So there's like the brother right here, the priest said, is there's good pride and there's bad pride.
Water.
you got foolish pride. You know, like we pride, we take pride in being foolish. Okay? But foolish pride is being selfish and letting your ego and your own emotions overtake your better judgment. And it causes you to make the wrong decisions. That's what Esau had. Esau has foolish pride.
I love, what was that quote? I love you how Kanye loves Kanye. You know, that's what's perpetuated in this place. But that selfishness is not going to get anybody anywhere. That's why there's a brotherhood. You know, it's the ultimate level of selflessness. All right, keep on with what you got.
It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters.
No, I want what he got. Oh, he's doing it, I want it.
Times 10.
Times 10. You can't have it. Keep going.
Boasters.
Oh, man, come on, man. Come on. This is Boss
Right.
City, man.
Flex. Flex on.
You know, boasters, man. I'm this person. Every Jake is the king of the South, the king of Brooklyn, the king of this. I'm the first lady of that. I'm the man. Who's that nigga that died a few years? Shawty Low. He had a whole, I'm the man.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm the man died on 75, 85 in a fucking car crash, man. All right, because he had a boastful spirit. King of Bowen Homes, a projects. That's just the spirit of our people, man. And these weekends, that's what it's like. Once you step out of the cycle of doing this bullshit of America, you see that's what it's all about. Jake, see, when we was younger, your mothers and your grandparents or your aunts, they decorated their house. Like it's off. It's off, but I'm gonna use this as an example. Christmas, right? She would decorate the house because she wanted the house to look a certain way. Like it was mainly I want to put the spirit of Christmas in the house. So she made it a certain level of comfortability for your household. Nowadays, people decorate and do all these things to do what? Take a fucking picture of it and put it online.
They had a Black Mirror episode with a girl, she had a cupcake, and she was looking like she was biting into the cupcake, and she took a picture, and she just spit it out.
Yeah, she did.
So like what the, just like you said.
You know, my rib, she was telling me how like, Jake won't even respect your relationship unless it's online. Yep. If your relationship is not, if your woman is on Instagram and you're not in any of her pictures,
It's not official.
it's not official. That means they can step in. That's what that means. Because it's all about boasting. Hashtag me. Follow me. Like and subscribe to me. Keep going.
It says boasters, proud, blasphemers.
Yeah, because again, like we were saying, the spirit of selfishness is putting yourself, the creature, before the creator. So what happens? You're blaspheming the Holy Spirit. I'm a creator. I make life. I'm the one. You hear Jake say this all the time. I'm self-made. How are you self-made?
Independent.
I'm independent.
Self-made.
I want to thank me. Keep going.
It says disobedient to parents.
Oh man.
Oh God.
I ain't gonna do what I want. I don't care whether my father's mad at me
Spoiled
because
brats.
I'm a homosexual.
It's mine, like
Exactly.
It's mine.
But we know in the spirit that scripture speaking about your spiritual parents. But at the same time, on a physical aspect, it's talking about your physical parents too. Because Jake out here is hella rebellious, man.
Oh, but they had
Scripture where it says there's a generation. I think that's in Ecclesiastes. It says there's a generation that curses the fathers and mothers.
Yeah.
That's the generation here.
They had that stupid ass song back in the day, that it's my party and I cry. But see, that's the spirit now. Everybody got that sweet 16 mentality. You know, they feel obligated and they feel like everything is the level of self-entitlement. If you don't give them this car, I think a kid had got a BMW, I think it was like an older model. He drove it into a lake because he wanted something better. These people are fucking wild, man.
Proud, man. Lovers of themselves, man.
And I think they had another thing with this woman. She had a husband. and she I think she sued him, or she was getting some type of like a spousal support or something. I think it was a big settlement, but it was like damn near like $99 million or hundreds of millions of dollars. She declined it because she wanted more than that. People are bugged out, man.
This place is selfish, man. And the thing about it is that as much as we talk about how selfish it is, it hasn't peaked yet. Because Jacob's trouble is going to be the ultimate peaking of that selfishness. That's right. See, like I say this, you know, I speak to, you know, speaking with my rib or whatever. I say, hey, you don't know how bad it is until you're going to start seeing people pushing their carts of food out of the grocery store, whether it's Kroger's or Walmart, and people literally going to take your cart of food.
They're going to kill you to get it.
And they're going to kill you to get it, and what's going to happen? The bystanders, the people that they're going to witness it and see it, they're like, well, it didn't happen to me. And you're just going to be sitting there with that stupid look. See, right now, Jake love to talk shit. I'm like, oh, it didn't happen to me, or, you know, police brutality didn't happen to me, yada, yada, yada. But when it really hits Jake's front door, they're going to understand how the selfishness is actually anti the Lord, and is anti our people. We're not a selfish people. That's right. We have specific laws, like I did a lesson earlier this week, dealing with laws. And Tychus, which he was a Roman governor and counselor, he has a quote that says, the more laws there are, the more corrupted the state. So I was like, well, let me look into that. America has hundreds of thousands of laws.
Oh yeah.
You got, I mean, hundreds of thousands of laws.
Yeah, civil laws,
state laws, federal laws,
statutory,
gun laws. That's
real estate.
Almost 30,000 laws just dealing with gun laws. But then with Jake, you tell Jake to keep the laws of the Bible. Oh, that's grievous unto them. And there's only 613 laws. But there's laws to protect these things so that you're not selfish. Like the law dealing with, like these trees right here. If these were fruit-bearing trees, let's say this was a plum tree. You're not supposed to glean it. You're not supposed to go all the way to the top and picking everything off of it. You leave some. And then whatever hits the ground, you don't pick it. Why? Why would you not pick up the fruit that hits the ground? That's the welfare of the poor, so they can eat. We have laws in place that are anti-selfish. There's a bunch of laws in the Bible that are actually anti-selfish.
But it forbids you to commit adultery, to covet. If somebody loses an ox, you're supposed to restore it unto them. Everything is really. It's again. That's why Yahweh Shah said it best: love thy neighbor as thyself, and love the Most High. Which those two are anti-selfish laws. And he said the whole law hangeth upon that. And I was saying about the chick. I had looked up the article. She declined. It was an ex-wife of an oil tycoon, and she declined $975 million.
She declined shy of a bill.
She rejected it because she wanted more.
Man. See?
She changed her mind.
Of course she did. That's covetous. That's covetous. That's envy.
That's demonic, man.
That's demonic as hell, man. But see, that's Esau. The scriptures say what? That ye as your father the devil. Esau is selfish. But that's not our people. Like I said, there are laws in the Bible that are specifically towards the care and the love of your brothers. Selfishness. You're not supposed to oppress the
widow,
poor, the needy, the fatherless, the widows.
Put a stumbling block in front of your neighbor.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you always bring that out in the law. It says, if you do those things, I will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It literally words, I will kill you. The Lord ain't playing when it comes to stuff like this. All right.
I just had a precept.
Yeah, go ahead with your. I want to Romans.
I had a precept to 1 Timothy 3 when it says disobedient to parents. It says Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 3 and 16. It says, he that forsaketh his father is a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High.
Yeah, see with us through the Spirit, man, we know our parents are off. We know that, but you know what? Our parents can't say nothing bad about us, because even though they're off, we still treat them better than how a lot of Jake in the world treat their parents.
Oh yeah.
because we understand these scriptures. So we're still, because that same chapter says to service honor your parents in service and in deeds. So you're supposed to still, all right, well, my mother's getting up in age. Let me help her with this. My father's getting up in age. Let me help him. Let me help him with this. Jake in the World, hey, this nigga, it's a rapper from Atlanta named Nephew. On one of his songs, he was like, man, fuck my dad. That nigga ain't never did shit for me.
A lot of rappers
like,
say that too.
Damn. Oh, there's another song. Certain off things you just remember, man. That nigga Young Scooter, he had a song with Gucci. Yeah.
Oh, Scooter?
Young Scooter, man.
Oh,
right?
Local.
Yeah. Song 6 is finest, man.
Goddamn.
He got a song, right? On the song, he's speaking about the fact
Free
that
bands.
the chorus of the song is I got another nigga bitch with me, right? Which is bad enough in itself. But then he goes into it where he was like, yeah, but something about what his dad ain't do for him, so he said he fucked his dad's woman.
Oh, that's wicked.
That's on that.
It's that Reuben spirit, man.
Yeah.
Ruben.
That's perfect.
I know.
Yeah, he probably
His son.
His son.
Absalom.
Jake ain't shit.
But the prophet told me you.
You gotta be a low nigga to do that,
You
man.
gotta be real low.
All the boxing in the world. I know it.
Zechariah
From
It says, thus speaking the Lord of hosts, saying, execute judgment and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart.
And see, that's why when the time of Jacob's trouble come, how the scriptures say what? That they shall know ye by the love that you have for one another. So in the times that are coming, that's why the righteous is going to flow into us, because they're going to see the true, genuine love that we have. That adulterous spirit, it's going to attract the wicked, but those that are anti, they're going to see, oh nah, these men they stand for something. They actually do stand for the elderly. You know, I know you know from driving, sometimes you might get an elderly family or elderly lady in your car. And you go out of your way to make sure she get to her door, or make sure she gets to a place that's safe. Like, all right, no, I'm in no rush, man. It don't be off of no tip or no money. It just be off the spirit of, this is an elderly lady. She could be slapped off, but it's just a spirit behind it. Like, Jake used to be in the spirit of help the elderly in the street.
They'll push him out the way to go get past. Move, bitch.
Or just ignore them altogether.
You see?
Yeah.
That spirit is evil, man. You want to say something?
I was gonna say, no, it was just the other day at camp, and I ain't saying like braggingly or nothing, but when I was camping with the other brothers, but elderly women, she was just coming and asking questions. It was raining and pouring down, but I had gave her an umbrella. Like, I felt bad in the spirit, like, it's pouring down. She got a shirt on her head. We had multiple, like just letting it go in the rain by herself. You'll just have an umbrella. But that's that spirit of compassion, though. Yeah. But what the scripture says, that the love of many shall wax cold. People don't give a hell about the elderly no more. They be disrespecting the elderly, putting videos of the elderly getting beat up on the train or getting jumped.
That was a whole movement in Jersey a few years ago. That random running up on old people and socking them, knocking them out. That was a whole thing. All right, but at the same time, like to balance it out, matter of fact, somebody get Ezekiel 9. Ezekiel 9 and get that Romans 13. Yeah, get Ezekiel, hold Ezekiel 9, but read that Romans and read what you got too.
This is Romans 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Yeah, because it says, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Would you steal from? Would you want somebody to steal from you?
Hell no.
Would you want somebody to break into your house? Would you want somebody that when you at work to come in and lay down with your woman? Are these the things that you would want to happen to yourself? So no, you don't do that to your fellow brother. But what Esau, the so-called white man, did a great job of doing was making us look at each other like we're the enemy, man. This place gotta go, man. I'm tired of this fucking gay spirit, man. Right? I'm tired of this shit, man. Right. Atlanta, man. Salakia, go ahead.
I'm gonna continue on.
Yeah. But you know what? But Atlanta is the spirit. it's like literally the spirit of it, of America, man.
It's a glue.
Like this is like literally like yeah, like this is where the vibration goes out at.
Nucleus.
This was that started with cancer.
Yeah, like you know, like Atlanta is like Atlanta. This is it. You know, this is the like in that movie. Yeah, like the movie. This is not this is it, but this is no. They sleep.
They live, we sleep.
They live, we sleep. And when they put the glasses on, they was able to see the satellites on top of the buildings pushing out the vibration.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it without the glasses.
Oh. And they also had it on if y'all seen the new season of Stranger Things, they had to basically go to that basically the nucleus and destroy it, and all the connectors actually got shut down from it. That's how Atlanta is.
That's how Atlanta is. Atlanta is literally the heartbeat of America, man. That's why we were saying before camp started, like Atlanta. Like, goddamn. Thank you. Atlanta is America.
Atlanta is America. This is on.
This is America. When the last time you really met a pack of people that's from the United States of Atlanta? Yeah. You know, all the nigga rappers. The vibration that's pushed from here is pushed.
All the movies is made here.
It's the new Hollywood.
Thank you.
It's the new Hollywood. Vegas, New York. It's all
Houston, New York. It's all of that shit, all wrapped up in one wicked ass burrito, man. It's a wicked burrito of confusion, man. Keep going.
Verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Yeah, man. That's the hard task, man.
Like you said, they live, we sleep. You gotta wake up, man, because shit, we can see the things that just how wicked, Babylon the Great is, and our people's just, I was gonna just say, man, you trying to wake somebody up, and you say, what's the matter, and then go right back to sleep.
Yeah, and say we blowing a trumpet, we actually playing instruments in Jake's ear. Blowing big ass trumpets in their ear, got them trombones. Yeah. And Jake still slumbering and sleeping with a big ass smile on their face, man. What? Kicking them in the face, punching them. Throw water. Hell yeah, Jake still ain't getting up.
Jake ain't waking up, man. That's why it's gonna have to be like exception. It's gonna have to be that real shake. It's gonna have to be a serious shake. Jake, because Jake is in that. If you ever seen that movie Inception, man, Jake is in that dream and a dream and a dream, man.
God damn.
Don't even know what's real.
That Freddy Krueger type.
Don't even know what's real anymore. They in a dream within a dream within a dream, man.
Jake's, in that scene, they said they were stuck in limbo.
Mm-hmm.
Limbo.
That's Jake.
They in limbo.
Jake in limbo.
They don't know what the fuck.
Yep, keep going in that.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
And that's why we out here. Tell the people, the Lord is coming back. He's coming back to bring death, destruction, carnage,
Right?
mayhem. This is what the Lord is coming to bring. That's why we're trying to wake y'all black asses up.
Right?
But no, like you said, Jake don't want to wake up. Jake is asleep and loving it, man. They got the drool face, man. They under all kind of drugs and valerian root and melatonin, and it's a super concoction of just sleepy shit, man. They counting sheep, counting money, they count everything they possibly can in that dream. They do not want to wake up, and that's why this Atlanta spirit is prevalent. That's why the spirit been so heavy to deal with the folliness of this place this weekend, man. Because this place, literally, Jake come here to get rocked back to sleep, to go back to wherever the fuck they go. They come here, get a nice little dosage of sleeping pills, a new pacifier.
They
see something new in the spirit. Oh, this is how they doing in Atlanta. That's the way. I'm bringing that Atlanta shit to Oklahoma, man. I'm bringing this Atlanta shit to Nebraska. I'm bringing this Atlanta shit to wherever Jake is at. They taking it back with them.
Hell yeah.
That's why, man, we gotta put heavy curses on this place, man.
But that's why even you listen to the music. You listen to music and you listen to these New York rappers and you like, this nigga sound like he from Atlanta, man. Yeah, you listen to these California rappers and shit. Like I be thinking all these rappers from Atlanta nowadays.
Everything is Atlanta now.
Oh yeah.
Think about it. The Super Bowl. Man, that Super Bowl brought 1 million people to the city last year. Come on, man. Keep going.
We'll continue on verse 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in
See, that's
chambering.
drunkenness right there, man. Our people are drunk as hell out here, man. It tells you that they drink, but not strong drink. They staggering, but not with strong drink, man. That's right. Like that's this, like it gets to a point where it's like, man, people that's on the viewers and got a problem with colorful words. How the fuck am I supposed to not add colorful language into talking about this, man?
And that colorful ass nigga, man.
Like, dude is a Spanish leprechaun.
Damn.
I'm trying to be serious.
No, this guy.
Yeah. What's going on with this guy, man?
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's drunk. That's play. That's an example of being plagued in the mind.
Like, man, what the hell was you thinking,
Like,
man?
he got out of his bed and he said, "I'm gonna put these little ass shorts on.
You had to premeditate
I'm gonna put this hat on.
He had to buy that shit.
I'm gonna put this vest over this t-shirt. And I'm gonna wear these Jordans." What? It's probably weed. You didn't know it's weed.
It's weed, man.
You see what I'm saying? That's an example of being plagued in the mind.
Homosexual leprechaun in the fucking hood.
You plagued in the fucking mind too. Looking across the street.
That's right.
The fact that you so-called white women literally think you're important, that's a plague in the mind. Man.
Right. Right.
They're nothing but a pack of dick suckers, man. They looking over here, Salaki for the vulgar, but that's all they were created for. Like in the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna be looking to the white woman for wisdom. Listen, either you picking peas, you already know, all right?
Pick the peas open now.
That's it. Either you gonna look good, either you gonna be something beautiful, all right, and you just gonna be blowing the master's rod all the time, or you gonna be picking peas and carrots.
That's right.
Ain't no in between for these
Two
evil white
occupations,
women.
goddamn.
They ain't gonna be in your house around your kids.
Oh, no.
And they fucking devils. Thank you. You're not gonna have them nowhere near your palaces, man. You're gonna probably have them in some dungeon somewhere, man. All right, you can drop that. What would you have?
Yeah, verse 11, Zechariah 7:11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they
Get
should
off
not
of me,
hear.
man.
No,
You know how you try to. Hey man, stop! Don't go that way. You get off of me, man. Jake.
Yep.
Matter of fact, since you read that, will you get first? Go get Proverbs. Close in 5 minutes. Proverbs 1:20. The regardeth the hand.
Yeah, I'll print this out real quick. It
Yeah.
says, "Yea, they make their hearts as an adamant stone."
Hard-headed.
Yeah. There's the term adamant-minded.
Yep.
It says,
I got you.
it says, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts had sent in his spirit by the former prophets.
See?
Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. And that's what's coming.
That great wrath.
You don't want to hear what we're telling you about doing the right. You want to stay in this debauchery and stay in this do what you want to do lifestyle. But guess what? The Lord gonna kill you. And we told you already. Okay? Keep the laws of the Lord. Men be men and women be women. And love your people.
That's why the Lord said, for the love of the Lord is to keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
That's right.
It's not grievous, man. Like, is it really grievous to not eat pork? But that's like I said, here it is. Taika said, the more laws there are, the more corrupt the state is. Literally, we have 613 laws. Honestly, most of the laws we can't even keep in 2019.
We only keep so many.
We only can keep a handful.
And even going to the 613 laws, a lot of the laws was only for the priests anyway.
Agricultural laws that we don't deal with
Yeah, how many
in this concrete jungle.
Sacrifice. In case of breaking the law of the Sabbath, man, or the land Sabbath.
Certain things pertaining to the altar.
The burning of the incense, sacrifices.
Yeah, burnt offerings, wave offerings and things of that nature.
Come on, man. Sheep offerings.
Refuge cities and all that.
Leviticus 16 was strictly for Aaron. When you're reading it.
You see what I'm saying? But Jake, oh man. But them laws, they done away with. All right, man. Since you want to be hard-headed, stiff-necked, fuck it.
And it, like you said, the laws ain't grievous. When you follow these laws are made for you to just chill. Yeah, live a decent life. That's really,
Esau got laws on his book. See, the Lord got laws where he says what? On the 7th day, it's a day of rest. Chill out.
Right.
Chill, bro.
Relax.
Just relax, man. Every new moon is a celebration. So there's laws for you to party. There's 12 days, 12 days out of a year. The Lord said, hey, man, y'all got to, blow your trumpets, give me a burnt offering, eat, cleaning. Don't worry about working, servitude work. But here it is. This devil has laws on his books where he can work you 7 days a week. Don't got to give you a break. He can fire you for whatever the reason. But our people stand for that shit.
Oh, especially like trucking. It's certain laws where you could drive a lot, put in a lot of hours. Then you have to, write in your book, and then you gotta reset your time to keep going. But that's grievous as hell, man. Busting your ass 60, 70 hours, 80 hours, especially these Mexicans. Yeah, that's definitely dangerous. And they say it's statistically proven, like when you don't keep those laws, like if you work 7 days a week, you die faster, man. If you really don't keep the Sabbath, which the Sabbath works in accord with the rhythm of the universe, because you have the new moon cycle, and your body's supposed to work in tandem with that clock, whether you know it directly or indirectly. But if you go against the grain work and grave ship and all those things, it's killing you, man.
Shorten your days. Exhaustion. Your immune system is weakened because you're not properly rested, properly hydrated, all that diet. But here it is. That's grievous to a nigga, man. So the Lord is like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm gonna drop a stone on your hard-headed ass, man. And that stone is gonna be them missiles, man.
Yep, that's right.
All right, so we can close up with these last few scriptures. Proverbs 1 and straight to the point, yeah.
It says, Proverbs 1 and 22, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorn is delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, striving to get a job working 80 hours a week is simple as fuck, man. Here it is, we up here trying to tell you what? That you a king, the kingdom of heaven is for you. You shouldn't even be lifting your hand to feed yourself. That's what the message is. But instead, nah, man. I just want to, get that good plant job. I want to work at a plant or at a factory. Amazon's bringing jobs here, so I'm trying to get a job with Amazon. And, hell, if I got to get a chip, I'll get the chip too to work there and do 90 hours a week for $50K a year and be happy. That's simple as fuck, man. We are meant to have more. That's simple. Keep going.
He said the world was made for us. It says verse 23, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you.
This is the pouring out of the spirit. It's just no different. It's spiritual, no different than how the Lord did in Genesis with the flood. He opened up the windows of heaven. He opened up the windows of heaven and poured out water then, but this time that water, that living water, is the spirit, man. The Lord is literally pouring out his spirit through windows of heaven, man. We can't really see it in the spirit, but you can see the spirituality of this place. His spirit is being, you can probably see it. Oh, that's a man of the Lord over there. There's just going right to that man's pineal gland, man. So the spirit is being poured out to do what? Through the form of, hey, I'm gonna do a lesson on that. Hey, the spirit, I'm gonna read this. Or the spirit had me look into that. That's the spirit being poured out. All right? But our people regarded it not. Man, keep going.
I will make known my words unto you.
At one point, the words of the Bible was unknown to everybody. I remember, I'll give you a quick little testimony before we close up. Right before I heard about the truth, right? I was in that spirit of like, Lord, I just want to read the Bible more. Man, I read the book of Genesis, right? Genesis 1 all the way to the last chapter. Man, I didn't learn nothing, man.
That happened a couple times, yeah.
Like, it was like right before I came to truth, I was like, all right, I want to learn. So I read Genesis, and I was like, when you don't know the Bible, see, we the only ones that read it, and we don't get, because when you read Genesis and Chronicles, you be like, man, these names don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So you skip it.
Yeah, that's how you be.
You be like, such and such a beget, Methuselah beget, like, skip it. But that's me.
That's some heavy stuff.
It's heavy stuff, right? So the Lord is giving the spirit out here so that maybe if you were one of those people like, I don't understand Genesis the 10th chapter. What it's a breakdown for it online. Or you go to the prophets, ask one of the prophets, well, this is going into the table of nations, and yada, yada, yada. This is the bloodline from Adam all the way down to Noah. I mean, to Noah to Abraham, from Noah to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to the 12 tribes. It literally, you could get those answers. So there's no excuse to anybody at this point.
That's right.
Who's Edom? Who's Esau? Who's Elam? Who's Ammon? Moab? Who's the wicked? What's Babylon? Where is Babylon? All those questions have answers now. Keep going.
It says verse 24, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand.
Our people have a spirit of refusing. They refuse to literally hearken unto the words of the Lord. Again, look at the city right now. How many people have stopped to listen to us talk to them? Just two, right. That ain't this. Our people, hell no, man. I'm about to head over to the West End, man. Lunar Day.
Out of 6 million people who are in this metroplex.
Thank you.
2.
Mainly Jake.
Mainly Jake.
Think about that, man.
That's so press.
These people are, man, they refuse, man. Because why do they refuse? This is Atlanta. If the city of Atlanta hearkened unto the word, we would have, like Apostle Tahar said one time, we literally could execute these laws. We wouldn't even have time to teach. We just be here in Atlanta just killing faggots all day.
Let's say your hand would be sticking to your sword.
Man, we'd be like Christopher Columbus.
Hell yeah.
You didn't leave my
Not for 1 hour.
Breaking the goddamn population down.
Clave unto us.
Yeah.
It was one of his mighty men. Hand and sword is one.
Hey, that shows you in that. There's a little anime that me and the brother Bars all watch. Bleach.
Oh yeah.
His sword formed into his
Oh
hand.
yeah.
You know, that's how it would be here in
It'd be no time
In Atlanta.
I'm a slave.
They're sleeping with your sword in your
Have to
hand.
have to take a nap to get back to killing.
Yeah.
That's how serious it would be, man. Ships. You know?
Yeah. Throw that shit. That shit's still.
God, it says, I stretched out my my hand, no man regarded it. Verse 25, but ye set at Salakia, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock you.
Oh, so this look at the spirit of what did it say? Read that part again.
I started verse 25 again, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof.
None of my reproof. Today, what was the spirit of reproof? Man, there's a time and a place to have fun. All right, not being selfish. That was the spirit of reproof. All right, Jake don't want to hear that. All right, read on. We're gonna close up.
I'm gonna take it.
It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock.
And that's the next place, man. That key in, man. Good, hearty, caffeine laugh. It's coming. It's coming because why? When you tell people, hey, I told you, nigga, I told you so. I told your ass. All right. So when Jake started getting their head split. And then with that, man, we gonna close up, man. All right, so with that, we're gonna give all the glory and honor to Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash.
All right, double honors to our apostles and elders, and shalom until next time. Shalom.